Oh, so you gotta stream it to me too, right?
Yep, and we're live. We're back with some more Mega Mans. That's right, we're doing Mega Man 5 Endless again because I gotta do something to fill the void because scheduling a playthrough with 3 people, a blind playthrough with 3 people no less, is kind of a headache. So we're just doing something safe for tonight. I know I can just casually play and just yap.
Yeah, understandable.
But yeah. Make sure I mention the places. Yeah, click that. Go. Yeah, I think. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. That's ready to go. Okay. And we can just get into the actual game now. Okay.
Oh, you currently are not streaming to me in Discord at all. I don't know if...
Oh, right. I can fix that. You just missed, you didn't miss much. I'm starting on, my home turf.
Hey. That stream running in the other window just in case there's any YouTube issues. Alright.
Also better switch, Wait, why is it not letting me switch the chat to... Okay, there we go. All messages, okay. There we go. For some reason, it was hiding someone. Okay, now I just gotta get out of my home turf. Luckily, I got super arrows. I can just cheese my way out of this, probably. There we go. Oh, that was smooth. I wasn't expecting it to go that nicely. I'll take the win, I guess.
He's fliggity.
Wonder if I can... Yes! I did it.
Yeah!
Satisfying. Okay,
that was almost really cool. Damn.
Get my jet ready. I do kind of wish Darkman got his own, like, Dark Jet or something. Like, how Protoman's got his own specific jet, but I'll take what I can get. Like, this is a cool add-on for vanilla Mega Man 5, and also this hat.
I'm trying to think of what would be a good, like, reskin for, like, a Dark Jet for Darkman. That'd be like a Rembokun on its side.
Yeah, that could work. Though I feel like they told to make Rush Coil into just one of the other Darkmen. Which, I think would be a very funny choice.
Which made it like Darkman 1, but like he has like a little spring beneath his body and tread.
I mean, I've seen some very inspired choices for Coil and Jet replacements in Make a Good Mega Man level. Like, look at the Dorkly Mario skin. People who haven't seen, or played Make a Good Mega Man level are scratching their heads right now. But, yeah, Make a Good Mega Man level's got a Dorkly Mario skin, where he has Luigi as his, Rush replacement. Because he's an asshole.
Yeah, that's Dorkly Mario.
Entire characterization. Oh, hey, what's up, Zaki?
Yeah, I'm so happy to finally get the TV issues all fixed now.
Yeah, it's gonna make playing like other games a lot more bearable as well.
Okay, yeah, well, actually, I've loaded up Metaloid Origin again after fixing the TV settings, and it runs at like hyper speed.
I take it was really sluggish before.
No, it wasn't even that bad before, in all honesty. I guess it's like, I guess it's also one of those things where it's like, you know, when you play a game for like the first time, you can't really tell if like, it's like, oh no, this is how it's just meant to run. But then, like, everything else feels like fluid, so you're like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay, so it's probably just like this. And it's like,
That
no,
was me
it
playing
actually runs a lot.
Mega Man 2, the awful iOS port for the first time.
So the funny thing about, the Metagal and Metaloid Origin thing is that, like, actually running them at slower frame rates actually makes certain sections a lot more bearable. Like, I don't think I could get all the S ranks in Metagal if I wasn't running into a slower frame rate on my first run.
It's the power of, it's unintentional tool-assisted speedrun.
But the main, the main thing with actually trying to get the thing to properly run at 60 Hz was apparently, DXtreme, because it was built on Construct 2, I believe is the name of the engine.
Yeah.
Game logic is affected by refresh rate. For, at least some things, so, I guess, obviously I won't get into massive spoilers, because I know you want to play it for yourself, but essentially one of the issues that I kept running into was, there is an armor capsule in Armadillo stage, and it is impossible to get if you're running the game at 30 Hz.
That's, that sounds like an oversight.
It's just how the actual engine itself was built. Because I got into a conversation with the one of the devs on Mega Man X Innocent Impulse, and it's just like, yeah, it's just hard baked into the engine. Like, there's no way to fix it unless they make an engine decompiler.
I wonder if there's issues with Construct 3. Yeah, I believe Revolution was built off of that. Don't quote me on that. It might be Construct 2.
I mean, if Construct 3 is receiving support, I know Construct 2 stopped receiving support in 2021, so I guess at this point there's really no fixing anything that's made in it. If Construct 3 is still receiving active support, then probably could get adjustments for that. Because it is kind of wild that, like, there just isn't an option to, like, adjust your refresh rate in case you are running it at, like, a lower hertz.
Very bizarre. It's, I got it that time. Nice.
Eh. I guess the other issue that also kind of cropped up from that, running it at, I guess half of the refresh rate it's supposed to be running at, is that it also took half of the actual frames in the divorce.
I lost my frames in the divorce.
Yeah, that's actually another thing I also immediately noticed upon being able to play the game at 60 Hz is that X actually doesn't control like complete garbage.
You're so ready to blame it all on just the game itself.
Well, I will say this much. DXtreme absolutely has other issues that are baked into it, and I still don't think it's a very good game.
Yeah,
you're it went from like it went from like an F tier to a D-.
I'll play it for myself and form my own opinion.
Yeah. You know, there is absolutely stuff about that I am not a fan of, but I can at least say that it running like shit was not an intentional design thing. That was just my TV being uncooperative.
Thankfully.
I miss my funny tales. I miss them a lot. I'll be back. It's a good one, Zaki.
Also, I'd like to point out that we've been streaming for how many minutes now have we been streaming? Several, but I haven't made any, I haven't complained at all about, this game's quirks yet. Because I've been talking about another game's quirks, I guess. Equivalent exchange is,
yeah.
best, negatively, like,
Although realizing all this stuff with the refresh rate also made me kind of come to a potentially horrifying realization of... I wonder if, like, Unity project stuff gets affected by refresh rate? Because if that's the case, that would also explain why I was getting soft-locked in Tail and I couldn't finish the game.
Oh. It's possible. You could just try it again.
Well, I mean, I'd have to spend $8 again. I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale this time. Just in case it's a... like, it's an actual, like, baked-in problem. It's not like something to do with my TV, so I'm like, yeah, I had to refund this game
you're
again.
the first person I heard of who had problems with the game's like soft locking.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm thinking like, oh, maybe it could have absolutely just been a TV issue. It's like, is this a thing I have to do now every single time I get like a new game on Steam? I have to test it on just my laptop versus on my TV, just to make sure that it at least works properly on one of them. But I mean, now that I actually got the
like a
TV
normal ass monitor, not like some cursed smart abomination.
Well, no, I got it figured out. It took me a while to figure out because it was like, you know, it's not NVIDIA, it's not Windows, it's not my computer, it's not the picture settings. I had to go into the native settings for the actual Roku and then like change how the HDMI ports are handled. Because like there's some like port where it's like it sets it to auto, so then it does a bunch of weird shit because like it doesn't know how to detect it. If you set it to standard, then it like basically just takes what's on my laptop and then just runs it 1-to-1 on the TV.
Which is what it should. What it should do.
It should have been like that by default, absolutely. Like the fact that I had to go in and change that is still dumb. But at least I know what the issue was, and now hopefully any game I play should not have those issues. Although I think, unfortunately, some games are still going to be cursed. Like, I don't think that's going to fix network transmission.
Oh, when I say network transmission is just a cursed game. And I am not going... Not even for a sub goal, I'm not playing that on stream.
Yeah, I would,
Oof. Okay. Maybe if you bribe me in a lifetime supply of all
listen, I'd much rather you play good games. Like, that is why I keep telling people not to play bad games. Why are they like, I'm gonna do the opposite of what he says?
So they can live their angry video game nerd wannabe fantasies. Or angry...
Damn.
Yeah.
If Crash was here, I imagine he'd be very upset by what you just said. Maybe, I don't know. He enjoys suffering for reasons beyond me.
Oh, that was useless. Really wanted to justify using that ammo, but...
Yeah, but I actually think I'm probably going to test a bunch of other games I was also running into issues with later, just to see if they run better now that I actually have the Hertz issue fixed.
Turns out, network transmission runs worse.
that fucking would be the case, wouldn't it? I mean, it makes sense. It was released on GameCube.
Yeah, it's probably designed for CRTs. The thing is, I don't even hate the idea of network transmission because, like, I feel like I would have liked the Battle Network series better if it played more like the classic series instead of being like.
I think the idea of a Battle Network,
RPG.
Like a Battle Network platformer, can work. I mean, I played the WonderSwan Battle Network platformer. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, but also like I talked that in the server. That like my issues, like I don't really think the world it's set in is as interesting as the classic world. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't, the whole, like, you know, oh, it's
but also you like Yu-Gi-Oh, so, you kind of have the bias.
Oh, wait, I'm biased against Battle Network because I like Yu-Gi-Oh?
For Battle Network, because it's kind of like a similar sort of, like, it's like the deck building, and, like, and the net navies are, like, Pokemon, or, like, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, kind of, almost, right? Or like I feel like it was designed to like target the same audience, like kind of like taming monsters sort of thing. Except the
yeah, and it's like you draw a random 5 cards to start your turn with, and it's like you have to, you know, go through your whole deck before you can win. Which is like, yeah, it's just fine, but it's like, I think I also feel differently about that specifically because it's like, you know, because it's like more of like an action RPG. Like it's like I'm not, you know, strategizing on like, you know, oh, what this card's effect does, and like where I'll like, you know, play out my entire turn or whatever. It's like I have to think about like all this additional shit, and then it's like, you know, what it's not like I get to build my deck completely from scratch. Like I'm basically building my deck with whatever I find, which is very different. And like don't get me wrong, like I enjoy like sealed Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's just like you just buy it, like you get like a bunch of packs, you get a bunch of random shit, and you're just like, yeah, I'll play against my friends or whatever, and then just like see what the fuck happens with like whatever shit we randomly pick up. But, like, you know, that's between friends. I don't want to play an entire game where I have to deal with bullshit AI on top of all that.
I mean, I know the Yu-Gi-Oh games themselves are, like, the licensed games really, like, wait, I say licensed games. Konami made Yu-Gi-Oh! What am I saying? What I'm trying to say is the official games have their own share of asshole AI, is from what I've heard.
Yeah. Well, also the other issue when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh games is that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh video games do not play like Yu-Gi-Oh the card game.
Just had to confuse everyone.
Yeah, like
I'm aware
like,
of that.
to be completely honest, I think in terms of like what I can think of in terms of like Yu-Gi-Oh video games starting to actually like have the actual card game plays, it took until what, Legacy of the Duelist to do that, and that's like 2013.
I think Konami is just staffed by trolls or something.
Yeah. You know, it was funny because it was like, that was a conversation that came up in like another Discord, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm realizing I enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh as much as I do because it's like I was playing the actual physical card game with friends, not playing like a weird, fucked up video game version of it.
Or playing like a tournament with like people you don't know who argue over
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
arbitrary house rules or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the only time I ever played it, I was like fucking around with a friend who was like a big fan of it.
Yeah, I think like actually getting to play with it with like, you know, another person who's genuinely interested in it is like a completely like better experience than just be like, oh, I'm gonna go play this game where I have to fight AI with a deck that I don't know how half of this shit works.
Yeah, some people just
like
don't like that,
the one
that
nice
brand
thing,
of trial and error.
Yeah, it's like the very nice thing about playing Yu-Gi-Oh with other people is that, like, you know, 99% of the time the other player will usually be like, you know, probably help you out in terms of like how card rulings works, because yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, people like to call Yu-Gi-Oh a lawyer-ass game. It can be. But the one nice thing about it is that, like, you know, people aren't just going to leave you to the wolves. Like, they'll at least tell you how everything is supposed to work. I mean, granted, you know, it's a lot better if you can understand how your own cards work on your own, so I don't have to constantly stop and explain, no, this is how it's supposed to work. You know, I did have to, I think I did end up going to a locals where I was playing against, like a 14-year-old kid who was trying to play Branded, and, like, literally, I had to, like, constantly tell him, no, not every single spell card you have in your deck is Branded Fusion. And it's like, oh, he keeps trying to fuse everything from deck, and, like, that's not how this works.
Doesn't his house probably, I don't know. Oh,
yeah,
like you were saying.
But it's like, you know, it's fine.
Network transition. At least you beat most of the game before, like, during your rental. You're like, this is like a handful of games I rented that I never got close to beating.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, I've tried like 7 times to play through Fireman stage in Network Transition so far, and I can't even get past fucking Fireman because it kills you in 4 hits.
You got he's got your weakness apparently.
Yeah, and I can't find his weakness to bubble anywhere.
That jump is tighter than it looks. This is still such a scuffed section. I make this look easy, but it's not that easy. No good. We got the normal version of this, not like the fucked up version with the 4-tile pit that you have to like schmoove around. I still don't know how to overcome that properly. There's got to be like some kind of special method. Or just superhero bullshit is what I assume is the smart option. But also, superhero doesn't work upside down, so kind of really fucked with that area.
Yeah, they introduced a gravity gimmick in Mega Man 5, and a bunch of weapons don't even work while upside down.
Methinks this game might have needed another month in the oven. Man, still have fun with it. As much as I like to complain about like the enemy iframes and the damage values.
Oh no, I'm aware Bubbleman isn't in Network Transmission, Zaki. It's just I know that there's like a bubble chip you can get, and that's his weakness.
just hit it in some obscure corner of the game, probably.
I think the other reason why I also ended up enjoying the WonderSwan game too is that because it's an anime tie-in game, like they straight up like have to tell you how like a lot of shit is supposed to work right off the bat, because it's like, oh well, this could be your first game because you know we have to retell the first season of NT Warrior. Whereas Network Transmission is just kind of like, yeah, we kind of expected you to have played Battle Network 1 before playing this, so you have to know what all this shit does already.
Let's go watch the anime. What, you can't get it legit? Too bad.
But just play the WonderSwan game. Although I think all of NT Warrior is free to watch on YouTube right now.
Oh, Capcom put it up for free?
I think so.
I mean, not that I plan to watch it, but it's good to know. If you want to play NT Warrior on the GameCube for whatever reason, and you have trouble understanding the mechanics.
Well, that's the thing though, is that technically, Network Transmission on GameCube is not attached to the anime in any way, so watching the anime won't actually help with that. And then again, watching the anime doesn't even help for the WonderSwan game, because the WonderSwan game just retells the events of the first season of the anime. I don't know, just everything about like Network Transmission on GameCube is so odd to me. It's just like, we're going to make a semi-sequel to an RPG that is a platformer, and rather than have it be done in-house by Capcom, who made the original RPG, we're going to give it to the guys that made the Street Fighter EX series.
I mean, this is also around the same time as Devil May Cry 2, right?
What was it, 2002 or 3? So it might have been.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's not a coincidence.
Or the whole, man, Mega Man has a really shitty 15th birthday. He got Mega Man and Base GBA, X7, and Network Transmission all in the same year.
The unholy trinity. I mean, one's just a bad port of a decent game, but...
Yeah, but it is a horrendous port. Like, I think if Sonic Genesis on GBA can be considered one of the worst Sonic games, even though it's just a bad port of Sonic 1, I think you can absolutely call Mega Man and Base on GBA one of the worst Mega Man games.
I can't believe that some people actually, like, enjoy that version of Mega Man and Base more than the original. Which, it might be nostalgia. I hope it's just nostalgia.
I want to say it's partially because of soundtrack differences, like with the way the instrumentation is. Because I know there's I definitely heard a lot of people who are like, I enjoyed the GBA version of the track over the Super Nintendo version. Which, like, alright, it's music, that's subjective, but, like, you cannot tell me the actual game itself is better on GBA. Like, that's just not right.
I love tiny screens where I can't see whatever enemy's gonna spawn in front of me. I love not being able to see where I'm going.
Well, it's like, that's the issue with that port especially, because it's like, it's not actually built to work with the dimensions. It's just, okay, let's take the Super Nintendo game and then zoom in. That is the GBA port.
And remember, Mario All-Stars on GBA didn't have that issue, right?
There was a Mario All-Stars in GBA?
Yeah, like they put like the Mario.
Oh, you mean the advanced games?
The Mario Advance ports. That's
okay. Yeah, because well, you say All Stars, I'm like, wait, they put all four.
They just put.
It's like they put all the Mario games on a single card on GBA. Yeah.
And also.
Yeah, no, yeah, the advanced games absolutely do not have that issue. I mean, I know this is a fact.
Capcom,
I grew up.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, it's not just a Capcom what the fuck, it's also a Sega what the fuck, because, you know, Sonic 1. But...
Hold on.
Yeah, what a surprise. The guys actually creating the hardware know how to properly allocate their games on the hardware. But yeah, I played, well, I played every Advanced game except for, Advanced 3. Didn't end up playing the Yoshi's Island port on GBA, but all the other ones I played, and they play fine.
I've heard the Yoshi's Island one is actually, like, really good in terms of bonus content.
Yeah, it might be. Like, that's the only one I haven't touched. I obviously know, like, the biggest complaint with the GBA ports is that they're, like, washed out to shit because the original GBA didn't have a backlight. But I guess that's what, color correction patches are for.
Oh yeah, I do need to, like, experiment more with color correction patches once I get into, streaming GBA games.
Yeah, well, I think only the first 3 Advance games have that issue, because Advance 4, I think, came out at the same time that the SP did, so it's just colored correctly, because they kind of expect you to get the SP at that point. Oh wait, it straight up came in a bundle with an SP, so yeah, I think it was colored better as a result of that.
I mean, I mostly say that in terms of, like, Castlevania and Mega Man Zero, which is, like, most of what I play on GBA. Aside from maybe
you know what though, in all honesty, I don't think Zero looks that
yeah, I think
washed
Zero
out.
looks pretty good on with like the colors. Like it's not too like bright or whatever.
Yeah, Zero doesn't look too bad. Well, I know when you talk about Castlevania, you're probably talking about like Circle of the Moon.
Oh yeah, Circle of the Moon.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because at least
actually
like
was too dingy looking, I believe, is like the complaint that people had. It's Harmony of Dissonance that had like the overly bright colors.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
And,
yeah, because I think when they got to
to a lesser
well, because when they got to Aria, didn't they give Aria like the dark outline so that way at least like it popped better?
Yeah, they did give him outlines, right? I still want to check out some of like the color correction stuff though. It sounds neat. Because I'm not like a stickler for playing games in their original vanilla format. I'll always look like a gift horse of like a DX mod in the mouth.
I mean, when it comes to the like the Mega Man games on Game Boy, I feel like the originals for the most part hold up. Obvious exception being 2 on Game Boy.
Yeah.
But,
well, there's a reason I played that one with the mods.
yeah, but it's like even with the. But it's like I feel like I can enjoy Dr. Wily's Revenge as is, but like the DX port is also good.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with like X3, where it's like I enjoy vanilla X3, but I also completely understand that Zero Project absolutely is a much better way to play X3 because it fixes a lot of the issues people have with X3.
That does remind me to get Zero Project working on that thing. I do plan on streaming it eventually, along with the other X games.
I think there's 2 different ones. There's a 2012 one and a 2024 one now.
Probably play the more recent one.
Oh, apparently Zaki is informing us that the GBA Yoshi's Island, while it does have more content, apparently has worse controls.
Oh yeah, less buttons.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't comment on that because I didn't have that one. I guess now that I have VBA, I probably could play that version. Although I guess I haven't even technically played the original Yoshi's Island on Super Nintendo, which feels incredibly bizarre to me because I had a Super Nintendo emulator for like ages.
Yeah, you love Super Nintendo stuff. You love Mario World. I'm surprised you haven't gone through Yoshi's Island.
Well, it's like it's really fucking weird too because it's like I've never played the original Yoshi's Island. I never played the GBA port of Yoshi's Island. Played the shit out of Yoshi's Island DS though.
I mean, in that case, you basically played Yoshi's Island because DS is basically like just more Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, it is more. Although I guess there's a lot of stuff on that you can only get on DS that you can't really technically get in the original, like all the extra playable characters. Yeah. I guess playable characters is maybe being relative. Additional babies.
Additional babies. Babies too. Showing me an ammo here, that's good.
I'm thinking like other Mega Man fan games I kind of want to see. You think anyone's gonna ever make like a version of Rockboard that's like modern, like good for modern systems?
I'm surprised that hasn't been a thing yet. It seems like the perfect oops. I made it. I created a new record and I immediately jump into spikes. I was kicking ass though.
Yeah, 136 is pretty good.
It's not bad for a record on this. I think it's the best I've ever gotten on this. Because usually I get like bullshitted by
Honestly, no, the insane thing about doing research about Rockboard was that apparently there are 3 Rockboards, kinda. Because there's what there's like the NES game that only released in Japan, and then there's I think 2 separate Chinese edutainment games that also kind of do the Rockboard setup. That's also where that one the Sex Beetle is Red thing came from, was from one of them.
It. It's a fun it's a fun version of the game. I just didn't think it would be Chinese. Alright, some stupid meme that
Yeah, I also came across a Mega Man X edutainment game that is also incredibly bizarre.
That one was a meme for a while in the Mega Man level servers.
I just kept seeing footage of it. It just like Tunnel Rhino just appears and donkey punches X. Like, what is happening? I mean, surely any potential old fan game stuff is clearly on the table if someone was willing to remake the Tiger Electronic game.
I still gotta do a stream of that one. Oh, maybe I could do like a whole marathon of just games that have all been titled Mega Man 2. Call it Mega Man Tuesday. Just have a thumbnail of me guzzling white monsters.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of something I saw in another Discord where a guy made for an April Fool's joke, a mock-up of a Mega Man 2 for DOS.
Horrific. Wait, does that mean
I actually almost believed it because he even had like the DOSBox UI on the top of the image too.
Well, that's something to be curious about. Oop, the wrong way. The Robot Masters that he created for that. He's like, it's a DOS tradition just to have like original Robot Masters.
Honestly, though, if it did exist, I guarantee that would be the one game where all the Robot Masters are actually correct, because it's Mega Man 2, so it's the Special Boy.
Oh, yeah, it's possible. But also, like, I think it would be funny if they're all just like scuffed recolors of the Mega Man 2 Robot Masters.
Yeah, we got let me try to see if I can think of some. We got Soap Man, Fan Man, Boomerang Man, Log Man, Buzzsaw Man, Bald Man, Stab Man, and Lighter Man. Actually, honestly, knowing Heat Man, I feel like it would probably be like he's just called Hotman.
Maybe this is where Slime Man fits in. My favorite Robot Master from Mega Man 2.
Or maybe Mega Man 2 DOS does the Mega Man 3 DOS thing of just taking a bunch of portraits from the older games and then just making them look scuffed as hell.
Exactly.
So we got like Lunk Man, who's like a fucked up version of Guts Man.
I think it'd be really fun to see someone make like a full ass like DOS inspired fan game.
I think there is a DOS remake.
There is a DOS remake, but like a game that just plays exactly like DOS.
Oh, you mean take like how actual DOS feels,
exactly,
and then just make a game based off of that? Oh yeah, that would be. I'm sure someone's psychopathic enough to probably try that.
Yeah, Mega Man can swim now. All the weapons suck. None of the bosses have iframes. Mega Man's sprite is really doughy looking. What else? What am I forgetting about the DOS experience?
None of the bosses have iframes. Mega Man looks doughy. What was the other two? He swims?
No music.
And no music?
The physics are off. Mega Man can swim.
Honestly, if you just have the physics are off, Mega Man looks doughy, and the bosses have no iframes, that's basically just Challenger from the future.
Separated at birth. There.
God, Challenger from the Future is such a weird game, because it's like, it makes two Game Boy canon, at least to its own canon.
It's an interesting curio novelty, I guess.
It's like, what's also crazy about it too is that like that game was made completely like not at Capcom. It was made by Bandai, so someone at Bandai was like, "Yeah, Mega Man 2 on Game Boy is my favorite game. We should make a sequel to that."
Well, they just like the plot enough for that.
Which is still wild to me. I guess actually also thinking about it, that technically means that Challenger from the Future, I think, is one of the few Mega Man games that just Dr. Wily is not in it whatsoever.
It's one of the only classic games without Wily's involvement. Like, he's just there in the background.
No, he's not even in the background. Like, you don't see him at all.
He's, like, exists in the background of the world, but, like, he's just not involved in the plot directly.
I don't even think he gets mentioned.
I thought he did. I thought he did get
I think so. I mean, I might have to go back and replay it, but I think even playing Base's campaign, I don't even think there's actually any mention of Dr. Wily. It's just like, you know, Mega Man Shadow appears and he's like, "I'm the strongest robot," and Base is like, "Fuck you, I'm the strongest robot." I don't even think Dr. Wily gets mentioned once in that game.
Dude just really wanted to take an evil vacation.
But yeah, I guess, yeah, give Challenger from the Future that. It's one of the few Mega Man games where Dr. Wily is not the main antagonist whatsoever. Or even a twist villain.
I'm not complaining about because I like to see other villains in Mega Man than just the usuals.
I'm trying to think of all like the other series. I'm trying to think of all like the classic series like villains we got that don't have any like ties expressly to Wily.
Well, there's not really in the classic series outside of maybe the comics with Mr. X.
Well, there's like
but even Mr. X has
like,
ties to Wily, so
I feel like the Star Droids you could consider separate.
yeah,
because like I know they technically have ties to Wily, but that's more of a stretch. Because like, you know, Terra says like, "Oh, I have to serve my master," but like he could just be talking about Sunstar.
Well, Sunstar himself is supposed to be like more disconnected from the Star Droids and Wily, I believe.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, you've got Ramoon from Super Adventure. I mean, honestly, up until the twist reveal, King kind of worked in that regard. And honestly, I feel like it would not take a lot to just kind of like separate King from Wily wholeheartedly. Like he just has no connection to him.
It'd work.
Yeah, of course
King
you got Mega Man Shadow.
If he wasn't directly connected to Wily.
Yeah. I guess you technically have the evil energy robot, but he's not really a villain. He's barely even he's not even really
like a force
character.
of nature.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Episode 0 makes him more of a character than he ever is in the actual classic series canon.
If I can snipe him from
I think that might be it. So
yeah.
I guess like if we're talking about characters who are like completely separate, like there's no correlation between Wily in terms of like who they serve or whatever, I guess it would just be like Sunstar, Mega Man Shadow, and Ramoon, and that's it.
But even Shadow was like built by Wily, so
yeah, I guess that is also true, but it's like,
you know, Wily's not directly involved.
Yeah, it's like the whole events of Challenger from the Future are technically like Wily doesn't have any direct involvement with that.
Now the X series really needed more non-Sigma villains.
Yeah, well, I think it's more like I mean, it has a lot of non-Sigma villains. I think what you really mean is it needed more non-Sigma villains that actually leave an impression where Sigma doesn't just show up at the end of the game.
Yeah, steal their thunder.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I could definitely think of plenty of characters where, like, if you took Sigma out of this game, it would probably improve it.
Yeah, like X6 would have been way more. Like I remember your idea for like X6 were.
Well, I don't mind the idea. I don't mind the idea of Sigma. I don't mind the idea of Sigma coming back for X6 because at least even X6 kind of understands that, like, oh, Sigma's barely even a factor. It's basically just like you could just tell like how much he kept coming back. Yeah, it's like they play into that. It's like with that game, I think it's fine. Especially because like Sigma is like you don't even know that Sigma's gonna show up until the very end anyway. Gate is basically the main villain of X6.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, but like, you know, I think like obviously he's the main villain of X1. X2 I think is also fine as like he comes back because you have the X-Hunters trying to rebuild Zero and him and everything. You could probably take him out of X3. I don't think he needs to be an X3. X4, I feel like you probably could keep him for X4. At least, like, if you were going to take him out of X3, keeping him for X4 I think is probably fine. Just to have, like, someone in the background manipulating the Repliforce and everything.
Yeah.
And then X5... I think I'm going to go with, like, one of the things I have heard about, like, about reworking X5, where it's, like, Sigma appears as, like, the intro boss, and then he's gone after that. Like, the final boss of X5 would be, like, X or Zero, depending on who you're playing as.
Could have been a really, like, shocking twist if that were the case. Or if Sigma was, like, cutscene butter. Or,
yeah,
or if they just committed more to, like, the whole Wily comes back from the dead thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, I guess commit and more, like, actually flesh it out.
Yeah,
would probably
like,
be
do
the
more with it than just have him...
It's like, Sergei's could be Wily, or not, but that's just a theory. It's like, come on. I'm also, like, just wondering if it'd be better to actually make Sigma more of a character than just the whole I'm the bad guy type thing. Because I think that's also probably another reason why...
Okay, Sigma's characterization is very... I mean, Maverick Hunter X actually kind of, like, does some stuff with him. Gives him, like,
yeah, I think at least leaning on the whole, like, you know, Sigma's doing everything he does because he's basically just more, like, seeing about, like, the potential of, like, X and Zero. Which I think is probably the best way to do that character. You know, because I kind of like the idea of, like, you know, Sigma getting infected by, like, that virus that Zero had, but rather than, like, oh, he just turns Maverick, it's more like it changes his mindset in, like,
gives him a different personality.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, Sigma is programmed to be like, Reploids are superior and we need to protect humans. But then with the virus in it, it's like he interprets that as humans need to be protected and with our Reploids being superior, but he's going to be like, oh, what X and Zero have all this potential, so I'm going to initiate all these bad things to happen, because in the long run, it'll make X and Zero, you know, like, commit to what they're doing, and then they'll make the world better. Like, the whole, like, it would basically be the equivalent of, like, Sigma could somehow see into the future to see that X became a great leader for Neo Arcadia, and is like, okay, I'm going to do all of the things that lead this to happen. Even if it means I commit war.
Foresight would be, like, a really compelling way to, like... Like, he can, like, run, like, simulations inside his head and, like, see, like, all these, like, possible futures. So
yeah, I don't even necessarily think it needs to be, like, a foresight thing. I just think probably one incredibly easy way to kind of, like, do Sigma's whole thing is that, like, he is one of the few Reploids that knows of both X and Zero's origin.
Yeah.
And what they were built to be. So, like, what if he just takes the whole, like, oh, well, X, like, isn't a Reploid. He's, like, the progenitor of all Reploids. And, like, what he was built to be is, like, a thinking robot and, like, to do good for humanity. So then he interprets that as, I'm going to make X fight me, It's like, I'm gonna make X Superman and me Lex Luthor so that way he can make the world better. Type shit. It's... Yeah, I think that would make his character, like, significantly more interesting. Because it's like... Because I think, plus it would add such a layer of tragedy, too, because he would be such a, like, a respected member of the Maverick Hunters, being their leader and everything, and, like, having a genuine, like, caring relationship with both X and Zero, and just, like, throwing it all away for, like, what he considers the betterment of humanity and Reploids.
Yeah, I do wish they leaned more into, like, the tragedy thing.
Yeah. Especially with the way that, like, the Archie Comics handles, like, his relationship with Dr. Kane especially. It's like, man, you don't really get, like, any kind of, like, emotional weight of, like, yeah, this like, really advanced Reploid that, like, is essentially Dr. Kane's magnum opus at that point. Effectively turn evil, like, how does that affect both of them?
Yeah, like... And then Maverick Hunter X, they just kill off Dr. Kane, because they just...
Yeah, because Sigma just nukes the city, which...
Sigma nuke the entire city.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure, like, if, you know, the Maverick Hunter X continuity got to, like, you know, fully flesh itself out, I'm sure there's aspects of it I'd really love, but I don't really enjoy some of the story direction they took with that. At least with just, like, yeah, we're just going to take characters off the board because we don't feel like writing them.
It would be really funny if they made Maverick Hunter X2 and they revealed, oh shit, Dr. Kane somehow survived getting bombed. Or they just turn him into another AI.
He's just built different.
But also I just like the idea of Dr. Kane just tanking a nuke. Just like parries the entire nuke.
There is something funny about, like, Dr. Kane being able to parry a nuke. It's like, we can now add Dr. Kane to the list of characters that can body Homelander.
But can he beat Goku, though?
Well, I mean, if Dr. Kane could survive a nuke, then he might actually be able to beat Goku.
How is he defeating us? He's literally an old man.
I mean, well, Dr. Gero was an old man when he became an android, and he almost beat Goku.
It's a weird jump, so. I still think it's really funny that they decided to make a custom jump, slide section just for this hack. Kind of a troll.
Yeah, well, I guarantee, because they're like, well, if we just take the vanilla Mega Man 5 screens, like, this game is really easy, so no one's gonna die, so we have to put some bullshit screens, so that way people actually run the risk of dying.
Yeah. Pause. I'm getting hit way too much. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, but I was definitely trying to do more theory crafting, like how to rework the X series for stuff, and yeah, I definitely think when it comes to the villains, I think there's a lot of ways to rework it. There's still a few I'm not, like, 100% certain on, like, how I would take it. Like, X3 with, like, Doppler, I'm, like, not... Because I know there's been, like, theories about, like, the whole, like, oh, well, you should make Doppler the final boss, and, like, him using the battle body, or just, like, you know, if you take Sigma out, like, entirely or whatever. But, like, I'm also just not sure. Because, like, I feel like at least, like, Doppler still kind of being able to be, like, semi-redeemed in the end is probably a decent way to go with the character. I'm just not 100% sure about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, like, the one way I'd just be like, oh, I want to, you know, make more villains that are, like, more integral to the X series, just, like, I just make Burkana a lot more prevalent. Like, talk about, like, such a
I like how,
good design.
There's a, like, I think there's a line in Extreme 2 about where Sigma says, like, she's like too evil even for his standards, which is really interesting.
Yeah, that's such an interesting line. Like, I personally love the idea of Berkana being, like, absolutely just, like, obsessed with, like, Sigma X Zero. Like, the point where it's just almost like a fucking, like, Mega Man X Yandere. And just, like, especially considering that she has the whole, like, she can manipulate, like, you know, data souls, which is, you know, not a very, you know, common or, like, very kosher thing to be doing.
Yeah, why would you build her up with that power? Or maybe she wasn't built
Or,
with that
like,
power and she's...
not necessarily if it's built with the power, more just, like, it's forbidden knowledge, understanding type thing, because that's essentially kind of a similar thing that Gate did with the Nightmare virus. Plus, another direction I really like the idea of taking Berkana is, like, the whole, you know, Aelia was, you know, a student of Gate before she left. Like, what if Berkana was also a student of Gate, considering that they basically kind of do the same thing with the whole manipulating data souls?
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Plus, I'm also kind of just down with the idea of, like, Berkana sort of being, like, responsible for, like, a lot of other characters, like, given... Because I think in Extreme 2, we know for a fact that she created Gareth, and he has the whole, like, medieval look down, so it's like, I kind of just like to retroactively think she also made Zane and Gimel, and Sigma's X4 body. I mean, given that she's got the whole witch motif going on, she'd absolutely make a Reaper body for Sigma.
Yeah, I like that. Because, and like I said in the chat, Zane and Guillermo are, like, super, underutilized in their own game.
Yeah. But, you know, again, that's also a very common thing with a lot of the X-villains. You know, plus if you make Berkana more of an active role, then, like, that could bring back the whole, oh, there was supposed to be a fourth X-Hunter that was a girl. It was Berkana.
And then they retconned it where the fourth X-Hunter was just, another copy of X. But only in X-Dive.
Or the Bandai card game. I think that it might also be the case.
They also had their own Walmart X.
Or if you play that Mega Man X GZ Doom mod, apparently they make their own version of the female X-Hunter that you have to fight as a boss later.
But is she a reskin though?
No, she's not like a, I wouldn't say like a one-for-one reskin of any pre-existing character. So it has been a little bit since I played Maverick Hunter Chronicles, so.
That's kind of making me wish we had like Mega Man X themed like Quake mods. Use that could be fun.
I mean, I just want like more Mega Man X themed FPSs in general.
I feel something that's not going to give me motion sickness.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how I am with Doom.
Yeah, yeah, and that mod I don't think would do you any favors.
Oh no.
Because that one requires mouse look, and given how little you can handle Pirate Doom with mouse look, yeah, I don't think you can handle that.
That one's tough. Yeah, no wonder I can only ever play for like 15 minutes per Doom session. Mouse looks
yeah, at least if you're playing any of the ones where like mouse look is required, yeah, it is very very jarring.
I think it's a combination of the mouse look and like the 2D sprites and like the rapid movement.
Yeah, because it's like because they're 2D sprites in like a 3D environment. Well, especially with UZ Doom, because that actually is a 3D engine, unlike a lot of the other Doom source ports. So yeah, it can be very jarring when it's just like you have these cutout sprites essentially. Well, I guess that would be kind of an interesting thing to test because the Quake remaster has an add-on called Q Doom, and there is an option where you can enable Doom enemies, and they literally are just the sprites. I think that might be kind of an interesting thing to test to see if you still get the motion.
We can have the stream where we test ways to get me motion sick.
Well, I think I'd just be curious if it would still trigger motion sickness, or if because like Quake is more of an advanced 3D engine, if it wouldn't do that. I'd be kind of curious.
I played Quake at a slower pace.
Yeah.
The first time I played Quake was the 64 port.
Oh yeah. Actually, the remaster also has an add-on, so you could play Quake 64 via that version too.
It's good to know.
Which is nice, although if you play Quake 64 through the add-on, it has all of the really bad retro filters on it. I don't think there's any way to turn them off.
Like, everything's gotta look super smooth, just like the new version of ZSNES.
Yeah, you can make Mario lumpy and melted at the same time.
But who cares? I got my snow back.
I still cannot believe that the friggin' devs for Z-SNES came back to make another Z-SNES.
ZSNES is so good. Why isn't there ZSNES 2? Bang! Now there is.
Can't wait. We're gonna wait like another 2 decades, and then they're gonna come out with Ultra Z-SNES, where they import 3D models.
Procedurally generated 3D models of the characters and backgrounds.
Yeah, I think that's also kind of another reason why the Super Z-SNES stuff is grossing me out, because it looks very AI sloppy.
I hope there wasn't any like actual AI slop involved, because that would be very disappointing. I hope it's just ugly filters.
It might just be just like bad AI upscaling. I don't think it might actually be like generative AI crap. But yeah, it does like the first impressions of that were not great. I'm also not really a fan of their UI now either. There is something about like the legacy UI text for Z-SNES that like it's just like I really vibe with that. The like updated modern version they have, it's just like this just looks like a bootleg emulator I put on my bootleg PSP. Like it's not the same.
Look, I gotta find a way to play Mario World on my Pop Station.
I literally do have a bootleg PSP console. I think it's literally just called Video Game.
It's a very creative name. What kind of architecture does it even have? Can it even play like PSP games, or is it just like a Famiclone?
Nah, it's basically a Famiclone. It comes with a bunch of preset stuff, including Kart Fighter. You know that one emulated Street Fighter bootleg where you play as all the fucking Mario characters? Yeah, it's got that preloaded on there. But yeah, you can load up other stuff on there. Like I was able to load one of my like Super Mario World ROM hacks onto that just to fuck around with it. Like it's a neat novelty, like to play on the go or whatever. But like it does not control great. Like it feels very cheap to actually like use.
Sometimes you just want the ability to play Mario World ROM hacks on the toilet or on a flight.
I feel like if I wanted to play a Super Mario World ROM hack on the toilet that bad, I just bring my laptop in with me.
What is it, a micro laptop?
No, it's a full-size laptop, but like, it's like, but like, I have no desire to play Super Mario World while I'm shitting.
Right, we live in an area with a Switch. I mean, one of the things I was like, I remember when the Switch was announced, one of the things I was like telling people, like, hype people up, is that you can play Skyrim on the toilet. Oh, I missed my jump. These later sections are tough.
I mean, I do think conceptually the Switch is still very cool. It's just a shame that, you know, Nintendo's being very anti-consumer during the Switch's lifespan now.
Yeah, it is. Like, come on, drop your prices once in a while, guys. I'm not gonna play full price for reheated leftovers.
It's like every decision that Nintendo makes nowadays, it's like, and this is why the statement "it is morally correct to emulate Nintendo games" is always going to hold true.
I miss Reggie. I don't think that stuff would have happened under his watch. Or like, I don't know. Maybe...
Well, I think it still would happen because it was still happening while he was around. Because
Oh yeah.
you know, Nintendo of America basically plays second fiddle to Nintendo of Japan.
Iwata, that's what I'm thinking of. I was thinking of Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iwata
Yeah, well,
was the one who.
even while Iwata was there, like, it was still happening for sure. But it's like, yeah, no, there was a lot more, like, at least... I think Iwata being the head of Nintendo, it's like, yeah, you were still getting, like, fan games being taken down, you're still having all, like, the copyright bullshit still happen, but,
yeah.
like, you know, they
Still,
were, at
like,
least
a
for
little
their
bullshit. There's
actual,
less
like,
bullshit.
their actual paying customers, they were being very consumer-friendly back when Iwata was in charge. But yeah, since the Switch, yeah, that is very much not the case. It's basically you get all of the bad of old Nintendo with none of the good.
Ooh, nice. Full health again. Understandable.
Errors have been made.
I wonder if I can... Oh, it only deals 1 point of damage.
Oh, what, they rebalance the weapons too? That's silly. Why'd they gotta make Napalm Bomb weaker? It's a bomb.
Oh, I thought it always... Oh, I don't think they did. They changed the weapon balance. I think it's just the way it was. It just... Napalm Bomb sucks against those guys.
Yeah, maybe. I know, like, this game actually does have, like, proper damage tables for, like, weapon stuff.
I know you said 6 seems to have, like, different tables or something, but I know that
I think
have, like,
6 might
enemy
have
weaknesses.
global. I think 6 is global damage. So, like, I don't think there's anything where it's like, oh, this is just, like, going to be, like, expressly immune or take less damage from the thing. Like if the weapon does 4 damage, it's doing 4 damage to everything. At least with 6.
I've heard it's, like, kind of... Oof, I made the same mistake in. I know for a fact that 6 does have certain weapons that can only damage Gabules, so... Maybe it's not as global as I thought.
But yeah, that's, like, a given. Like, I know only, like, Blizzard Attack is the only thing that can kill the Gabiole equivalent.
I know 8's damage tables are a little more global.
Yeah, because 8 just kind of does, like, whatever. That's like, because 8's damage output is, like, everything basically does the same damage, so what ends up being the best weapon in 8 usually comes down to, does the hitbox linger? Or is it just incredibly spammable?
Yeah, as I say, it's usually, like, lingering hitbox or rapid fire that wins out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, probably the only exception to the whole, like, you know, technically does more damage would be Astro Crush, but, I mean, I think that's a given, because if Astro Crush did the same damage as every other weapon, it would probably be a lot worse than how it is.
I'd be very concerned if the Screen Nuke dealt 2 points of damage or less to everything. Gravity Hold.
Gravity Hold. Does 1 damage to everything in the game except Pukapelli's, where it does 2 damage.
Them in particular. Oh yeah, I also see that there's some more, like, 4 people in chat today. That's good. I hope most of them are human. Seriously, I don't have the time to deal with AI chat members.
They get into the chat and they just go whoop 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 whoop.
And it's just like, they start like, Like just
I
white
gotta
noise.
thank you for posting it. That was sending me into fits of laughter when I started watching those.
It
Oh my
just kept
god!
going.
I have to agree with you though. Why does it sound so wet?
It's like blowing me at the mouth. The egg has rabies or something.
I still think what I said before about the whole, it's like, man, bro stuttered so hard they're waterboarding him as punishment.
If I can. Yes, I can. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like, everyone who says, like, this weapon is like, oh, it's one of the worst weapons of the game. It's like, I get where people are coming from, but this game feels so expressly designed in such a way that, like, they knew that they... Like,
I mean,
so many good ways to
it's
one-hit
over
things.
specialized in its purpose, and its purpose is sniping extremely weak enemies.
Yeah, it's like Power Stone would probably be like bottom 10 special weapons, but because they built a lot of the enemy formations around being able to very much hit things very easily with Power Stone, I'm like, this isn't as bad as you think it is.
It's still not great, but
yeah, I mean, any weapon that's just like, you know, hey, it could be deflected by Mets shooting bullets at you is, yeah, that's pretty bad.
I don't know why the bullet object just deflects Power Stone. Very bizarre.
Yeah, it's like if you threw Power Stone into a game like Mega Man 4, I guarantee it would be like a bottom 10 weapon. It's also kind of funny though too, because like charge, you also look at something like Charge Kick, it's like, oh, but it gives you, like, you know, iframe, so it must be really good, and then you realize that most of Mega Man 5 is not designed with Charge Kick in mind, so it ends up being one of the worst weapons in the game.
I would love to see a game completely designed around Charge Kick. Like, give me a Charge Man fan game where you just have to solve all your problems with Charge Kick and
if you put Charge Kick into I guarantee if you put Charge Kick in Mega Man 3, it'd be really good. Because there's, like, a lot of, like, low-profile enemies that could absolutely get, like, easily decimated by Charge Kick.
The frog dudes whose names I forget.
Oh, the Caros? Or am I thinking of them, though?
Is it that? I don't... You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Maybe that should just be a Mega Man fan game of like a game where you play as Mega Man, but you use all the special weapons are just like weird melee options. Like you get top spin, Charge Kick, Flame Sword, all in the same game.
Maybe throw in Pile Driver for a good measure.
God, that'd be yeah. Just give Mega Man a bunch of crazy ass movement options. It's like, but isn't that just the Mega Man X series? To which I would say, yeah, probably.
I mean, there is that upcoming fan game where Mega Man has a wall jump. And,
yeah, classic like, Mega Man having a wall jump. That's
with his charge shot. I hope that one comes out.
Or you could play Zook Hero Z, where you could play as a off-brand Mega Man X that has a dash and a slide.
It's still very bizarre to think of. They both have their uses, I guess, so...
Honestly, the thing I found is that, I think trying to, like, slide jump in the same manner as dash jumping for Zook Hero Z was actually more responsive than trying to dash jump. Because, Zook Hero Z, you have to double tap if you want to dash.
Force you to use command dash. That's a little mean.
Well, it's like, well, usually the workaround for that is like, oh, well, you could just make dash down plus A, but the problem with down plus A is that that's your slide. And yeah, they don't have it mapped to like a singular button, like a Shreem one does.
Oh, Power Stone takes out the rats in one hit. That's good to know. Yet the floor-hugging weapon doesn't take him out. Or, well, Napalm Bomb does. Water Wave doesn't.
Yeah, Water Wave. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Water Wave is just getting cucked in the game where they gave all the enemies long iframes.
I'm so glad 24-hour actually like does more with it. I'm gonna run out of health somehow.
Gravity hold coming in handy as the instant panic button. And then you see...
I flubbed my jump. The irony.
Bro was so scared he just decided to take his own life. I was gonna say before though, if you want to give like Mega Man all the crazy ass movement options and special weapons, give him like Doppler attack from Challenger from the Future. Oh my god. That'd probably be the only thing you need to use all game.
That'd be a fun game. Like a fan game where you just use Doppler attack. Plays Calusa Man. Oh, I almost had it that time.
It's like it's also crazy that playing Challenger from the Future is like once again Base proving that he's stronger than any X series character by having a version of the Falcon Armor flight that lasts even longer and does more damage.
They keep giving all the flight abilities. Also, yes, I'm still bitter over Mega Man having no useful utilities in Mega Man and Base. Which is why playing with the mod is a good idea. Just switch to Base if you want to like not fall into pits.
I do think a character switch mod would definitely make the game more interesting. But like I said, I'm also one of those people that think that the SNES version of Mega Man and Base is totally fine to play with as Mega Man.
It's probably fine. I'm just bad.
I think honestly the only thing about that game I would absolutely want to have fixed is just balancing how shop prices are, because it's definitely another case of like you made everything costs way too much. You are probably not even going to be able to use most of the stuff unless you are actively grinding for it.
For more information, Google Mega Man inflation.
Mega Man and Base inflation.
For the price of one, Grandma.
Yeah, but it is honestly kind of crazy that there are 4 Mega Man games where basically one of the biggest ways you could fix them is stop making everything cost so much.
Looking at you, X8.
X8, Extreme 2, both Mega Man and Base games.
Like, I get wanting to, like, pad out gameplay time or whatever, but not like that. That's just cruel.
Yeah. Well, at least with Extreme 2, though, if you actively want to go out of your way to try to grind up all the upgrades, you could just turn Mega Man X into an absolute god of destruction. So at least there, it's like, okay, well, it's worth the grind if you want to make yourself OP. But, like, you know, that game is absolutely fine to beat without trying to grind for everything.
Yeah. Well, Extreme 2 is just not as scuffed as Extreme 1 from what I've seen, so...
For the most part, yeah. I think obviously the most scuffed part about Extreme 2 is that because they have the character swap mechanic for Extreme mode, they had to get rid of the dedicated dash button.
That is...
But, you know, yeah, I mean, you still have down plus A at least, but yeah, it is a bit of more unfortunate
in this economy.
Yeah. Also, Extreme 2 has fucking Isaz and So Willow, and that is one of the worst bosses I fought in any Mega Man game, so...
With counterpoint, it's got Sigma Beast, one of the funniest bosses in Extreme.
It does look very goofy. I think it's just because of Sigma's really goofy-ass smirk on top of that thing.
Behold, the one place where water waves actually... Okay. And then I immediately just...
Well, I guess Extreme 2 also has the whole, like, Burkana shoots the A and B button at you to attack.
That's also a Family Guy funny moment. Oh, okay, it only does 1 damage. Okay, understandable. Inconsistent damage, I guess. I don't know.
No, I think he might have... I think you might have damaged the mouse
Oh,
with
yeah.
something else earlier. That's why it killed it before. Yeah, no, Power Stone, I'm pretty sure, is another case of I think it globally does 1 damage to most things.
Yeah. 2 if you're really lucky, but mostly just 1. I mean, you like look at the Power Stone damage values and tell me if anything goes above the 2 threshold.
Hey, you know, I'm curious. I'll look that shit up
Against
right now.
like the enemies or whatever. Like I don't know if it's even gonna have like how much damage.
Oh, never mind. I can't look that shit up because are they going through the maintenance right now? Oh, never mind. Okay, it just took a minute. All right, let me see if I can find it.
Like I'll be surprised if it deals more than 2 points of damage to anything with like decent HP. Aside from boss weakness, aside from Charge Man. And it's not weak to any it's not the weakness of any fortress boss from what I remember.
No, it's definitely not. Of course, considering what the fortress bosses are, like, if it was a weakness, like, it would probably be awful to fight them with.
Oh, agreed.
Like, imagine trying to fight big pets with Power Stone.
It's an exercise in frustration.
Okay, it is... Yeah, I think the wiki might be running through maintenance right now, so it's acting really slow.
What do you say?
I think the wiki is currently undergoing maintenance, so it's running a bit slower. Oh, okay. We've got... Alright. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so Power Stone does globally do 1 damage to everything in game with 3 exceptions. Would you like to take a guess as to what they are?
One of them's Charge Man. I know that for a fact.
I meant regular enemies, obviously Charge Man.
More than 1 damage to 3 different enemies. I guarantee they're all weak. Actually, why don't you explain? I have no idea what 3 enemies they are.
Well, the first one is Udon, which is the big ass like stationary guy that shoots the homing missiles at you.
Oh, that does more than 1 point of damage.
Does 2 damage to him.
Lovely.
The cuckoos, the guys the egg dispenser chickens, does 2 damage to them. And then there is one enemy in the game it does 3 damage to. It is the Rolling Drills and Napalm Man stage.
So that's the only thing it outright kills that has more than 1 hit point.
That is the only thing in the game it can kill in 1 hit. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yes. Okay. Making sure that I didn't have my table messed up. Yeah, that is the only thing in the game that Power Stone can kill in 1 hit that is more than 1 HP. Very silly.
Yeah, this thing is way too over-specialized for one thing only.
Oh yeah, this 1 pit.
Like,
I remember
literally
actually
only got trick
replaying.
shots and nothing
Remember
else.
replaying the Game Gear game? That 1 pit, that like 1 pit right there in Stone Man stage is always like the thing that freaks me out the most because I can never remember where it is. Oh yeah, you said the Game Gear game's still going to be on the table at some point too,
Oh yeah, it is on
right?
the table at some point. Not sure when I'm doing that.
Like I said, I could assist with setup for that because the emulator I found for WonderSwan also does Game Gear.
Oh, I already have Fusion, so I might stick with that. Unless
You got Kega already. Okay, fair enough.
less work for me. Unless it has like weird emulation issues that other emulators fix.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kega is a bit of an old one. I know Mazen has the auto updater that Dolphin has. So, like, that one's been kept up to date. And I think they add in new new BIOSes, so like you could potentially emulate more shit as it gets updated.
It's convenient. Just do that out of the box instead of hunting for the bosses and getting them completely legally.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the stuff. It does NES, it does Super NES, it does Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Gear, TurboGrafx 16.
Oh, nice! I could do some. Does it also do Turbo CD?
It might do Turbo CD.
Oh, I got squished. I think I had like an Apple version of that emulator previously. It was no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it also does.
It was either that or fuck, I forgot the name of it.
It also does Master System, Wonder Swan Color, Swan Crystal, and ColecoVision.
I think I did have like a version of that emulator, or it was like I had like an all-in-one emulator. I had that, and I forget what the PS1 emulator.
Oh, hey Crash, how's it going?
Oh, what's up, Crash?
I got so deep in conversation, I didn't see you there.
My high score is like 139, I think. No, it was 163.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It was one.
Because I got like a really good flow state.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good emulator though. Well, I gotta figure out trying to get
what Turbo 16 games that I want to like check out again, because like I remember when I was in middle school, there was this potentially illegal iOS app that they were selling on the App Store, where it was basically like an emulated collection of like a bunch of TurboGrafx games. And I only had the demo version, but it was still really cool to like experience like what they had on there.
I'm trying to think of like the TurboGrafx 16s I can think of. I know there's like a couple of like really good shmups on there.
Oh, yeah, I had like Gradius on there.
There's the Bonk trilogy, which that I want to play. I know there's Darkwing Duck on TurboGrafx 16, which I heard is garbage. And then to keep on the Mega Man discussion, there is a homebrew version of Mega Man 1 on Turbo CD that comes with CD quality remixes of all the Mega Man 1 tracks.
That does sound interesting. It's like kind of like Sequel Wars or Wily Wars, but TurboGrafx.
But here's the crazy thing though. While I was doing more research on that, apparently there are 2 separate homebrew Turbo CD Mega Man 1 homebrews.
Oh boy, 2 cakes. Oh right, TurboGrafx 16 also has Shockman, like the Shockman trilogy, which is it's kind of like Mega Man, but I'd say it's actually more like Gravity Circuit because it's more about punching things.
Oh shit, I might have to check that out though. Because I mean, I guess if I count Gravity Circuit as a Mega Man, like I guess I have to give Shockman at least a look-see.
I guess Gravity Circuit's kind of like secretly a Shockman like. Because of all the punching.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll put it this way: if it has non-linear stage selection and the ability to gain boss powers, that's close enough to Mega Man in my opinion.
I think I believe the stage selection is linear, and I don't remember if you can like get boss powers, but the gameplay still seems like very inspired by like Mega Man though.
TurboGrafx
and the music also rules.
Well, apparently from my research, Crash, the TurboGrafx 16 community loves their Mega Man 1, and Master System loves their Mega Man 2.
Oh, Master System's comprised of boomers.
Well, Master System has a unfinished aftermarket prototype for Mega Man 2.
Power Stone actually killing a beefy enemy in one hit. Which I could easily just do with the charge shot, but...
It is, I mean, it's like... That is still very much vanilla behavior. It still feels very cursed to actually seeing it happen.
Yeah, to be fair, maybe I should have shown off in my reverse boss order run, but I didn't know at the time.
Oh, who did you start with on your reverse boss order?
I started with Crystal.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this game's damage values are still really fucked. It's not gonna change anytime soon.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh, he has a okay. He has a different name. I'm so fucking confused. I'm like, I got pinged and just got a list of just a bunch of shit, and I'm like, what is this?
I just made some bullshit.
No, it was for Oh, Crash, if you're in the chat right now, Ace's husband sent me a list of the stuff for that one stream thing you wanted to do. For the Mega Man drawing thing between you and your other two friends. And I'm just like, I just got sent this massive list. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
What kind of massive list we talking about? Oh, is this for like the drawing ideas or?
Yeah, like Crash had an idea of like, oh, we wanted to do like a drawing stream between him and two of his other friends, but he like
Yeah,
I basically
I know about that already.
I would be sent like all of the ideas from people, so like everyone has to DM me for all the stuff, which is fine. I think I have it open until May 10th, I believe. I was not expecting him to send like so. How much did he send me? He sent me 25 by himself.
Holy crap!
I mean, Crash, I don't know if we had a limit for what individual people said. Is 25 too much?
Wait, who was sending you the 25?
That's Ace's husband.
Oh, is that? For some reason, I like misheard that as like something like. Yeah, it seems on brand for. He always has like really fun character ideas. That stream is just gonna be so fun to watch. Like I can't wait to see like the kind of stuff that people end up drawing. That's just gonna be like really fun. Oh, no. Right. All the places I could fall.
Yeah, I assume we'll have a limit for per person, but we'll probably have to work the details of that out at a later time, Chris, because I don't know how many you wanted to like do per person.
Yeah, I'm glad I a while ago I had this whole like list of not really a list. It was like I compiled like a bunch of like things that I think would be like really interesting motifs for a Robot Master. And just put it all in like a folder, so I've got that ready to go whenever. If I can snipe these guys.
Oh, okay. I guess he has them separated by category. So I guess it's like I could pick one from each category, I guess, depending on like if we sort them by category. All right, I guess that's probably fine. I don't know how I would suggest doing an opioid man. That was one of the ones that showed up.
No spoilers. Someone from Crash's friend group might be watching.
I don't think I'm gonna use that one. Did make me laugh though.
You can make him like Poppy themed. Oh no,
Look, I get the feeling Crash is probably not going to be like, yeah, we should draw a Robot Master that looks like he's shooting up heroin or something. Probably not a good idea.
Gonna jump with a single lemon. Nice. Like, I didn't even have like names for these. I just had like I just went with motifs.
Yeah, I got like a healthy amount of motifs and actual named ones. Problem.
Might also have like some like names lying around for like robot masters that I scrapped. Because at one point I did have enough like robot masters to make like a fan game, but none of the talent or ambition, so I kind of just like left that on the table.
I mean, shit, I almost made enough Robot Masters for a whole fan game for one level.
That's. I do think Fun Bags could have stood alone as like a fan game.
Yeah, as
totally,
I mean, as a
you could totally recycle the
like,
cast for like a Ringman in the Castle-esque, which is like go through 4 stages.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing it as like in its current format, it's probably like, yeah, it's about like, you know, an hour with like 3 playthroughs. Probably fine. Yeah, thank God I didn't end up submitting the original version, because that would have been that would have been a little more. Well, I think Pyro also just straight up said that like if I submitted that original version, it would have not been in the final game.
I think it would have caused issues to like the engine or whatever. I don't know. If it's like too big.
I don't even think it would have been an engine issue. I think it's just like, bro, you submitted a whole ass
like,
game.
Yeah. Dodged a bullet there though.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, it was probably for the best. I ended up truncating it.
Power Stone was not designed to deal with these things, and it deals 2 damage to them.
Yeah. Well, it's even worse. So it's even worse for the Udons because of how they're set up and the way that Power Stone travels. It's like you can never actually hit their weak spot with it unless you get like right up in their face.
This feels like trolling. So is it just Robot Masters or Mavericks or like Mudos?
No, I believe we're just keeping it to Robot Masters.
I assume it's just Robot Masters, but I just thought I'd ask just in case.
Well, I'm sure Crash can also probably elaborate on that, but I think when I discussed it with him, I think it was just Robot Masters.
Don't worry, I'm not going to try to submit Drain Lizard or whatever curse idea I come up with.
Yeah, I will definitely be.
Shave Sphinx.
Fucking beach that makes you old, man.
Beach that.
Shut up.
That's just. It's like. It's Old Man's origin story. The guy from Old Man Rambling. he just messaged me and Ace made 45. Holy crap. Save some for the rest of us. Having fun. Having fun though, that's good. But save some of these for Capcom or like a fan game Robot Master Card. This feels like that is a metric ton of Robot Masters. Oh, the bottom tab would be easier.
That's like 5.5 game or worth of Robot Master. Alright, see you later, Crash.
Alright, now Crash. Alright, have fun.
Tell the married couple to chill the fuck out. I don't know.
Look, we can always like do something similar in like another group with whatever's left over. It's not like Crash's friend group has a monopoly on that type of drawing stream.
Oh, he sent me a picture of Lurman and his evil tackle box and fishing rod of evil.
I still think I should also point out they haven't played Mega Man Level 3 yet, so I'm gonna have to like.
Did they play the first two?
No, I don't believe they did. I know Ace saw me play part of like most of Mega Man Level 1, and I I don't think
Original
really saw me
Magma
play
1
much
or
of 2,
1R?
but I showed off a little bit of 3. I mean 1R.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is an
just playing
important
Vanilla
information.
1. Vanilla 1 is very much a product of its time.
Yeah, I think Crash's streams are very much indicative of that. Speaking of which, I probably should make that my next video project, is working on Wily Machine Requiem.
Oop, okay. Speaking of Megamix, the Quickening! Maybe when the drawing stream is like, we do drinking, like a drinking game where we take a shot every time our Robot Master has like a counterpart for a Make a Good Mega Man level game.
Or just like taking like names that were used for Make a Good Mega Man and seeing people's own interpretations of it.
Oh yeah. Sure.
I was considering that on like if I was going to submit my own ideas, I consider just kind of reusing some of the names I used, just seeing like what like people can come up with.
But also counterpoint, Crash is familiar with Gray Buster, so if he gets the prompt for that, you just redraw that.
I think the way that it works is that it's like you're giving one prompt and everyone has to make a drawing of the prompt.
Okay. I did it. Okay. Okay, that one's a little easier. Wait a second. Is this what I think it is? It is. It's an opportunity to use Power Stone against a Coco. This still sucks, but...
Opportunity came, and he still felt disappointed.
I expected nothing, I was still let down.
My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
I think I also have like an old iPhone note where I wrote out a bunch of my like Robot Master ideas, and I can like submit whatever I didn't turn into like a design. It'd be fun to see.
Yeah, I have been finding that like I'm pretty good at like coming up with ideas and like giving like the rundown of everything, but actually designing the Robot Master, I find
a little tricky sometimes.
Yeah,
I tried to do like a Mega Man 6 sequel while I was working at one of my previous jobs, and I came up with names for a full set of Robot Masters, but I only came up with a design for one of them, I believe.
Yeah, because I think well, I ended up coming up with ideas for like reworks of all of Crash's Robot Masters.
Have you figured out how to salvage Smart Woman yet?
I think she became Analysis Woman.
Is she also a therapist?
I think it was more like scientific analysis. I want to say I maybe reworked her into like a Laser Institute robot.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that. Let me see if we can find the notepad thing that I made for that. I probably got a line around here somewhere.
Using Charge a lot this match.
Oh, you know what probably is? I probably have it on my external drive. Just give me 1 second. I'm probably just gonna have to mute real quick because I have to unplug my mic just to get the thing in.
That's okay. Good to know.
Oh, it's probably
I cannot believe that worked.
Unfortunately, I cannot seem to find it.
That's a shame. I guess just let me know when you do. I do think that would be like plenty of good material for like future stream though.
Plus, maybe did I wonder if I might have posted it like a long time ago in Crash's Discord.
Shit, I somehow forgot. Somehow.
Let me see.
Oh, I actually hit something with. Okay. House one's actually useless here. Okay, good to know.
See if I could find that. That one image I had, because I had because I made like I know I did like post like Lumberman, or at least like the head of Lumberman.
Head of Lumberman makes it sound like he's some villain who like dies, except but they say well, like Dr. Wily is able to like just to save his head, so he like returns his and he calls himself Head of Lumberman.
Okay, yeah, all right. I found at least so this is the rework for Crushman was Lumberman. Essentially reworked it into something resembling a Treant from D&D, a 3-1 combination of Gutsman with the overall build, Woodman for the element, and Hyperstorm H for size relative to Mega Man.
Oh yeah, I remember Lumberman. It's coming back to me.
Yeah, and plus the whole double meaning of like lumber because he's a tree, but he's also big because he's a big lumbering guy. Retains Crushman's weakness to a bladed weapon and reworked his weapon to fit the theme better, will make it a good choice for smashing ants. It reworked Crushclaw into Woodhammer. Short-range hammer attack that pierces shield and makes wooden debris on impact. It's basically Flame Sword plus Saltwater.
I swear I also like said something about like where I like compared where I was fuck I can't speak right now, I'm tripping over my words. Some idea about like his relationship with Woodman where it's like don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, because I think most of the other ones I didn't have the weapons done. I think it just had the names changed. So yeah, Smart Woman was analysis one, but I didn't have her weapon figured out. Ant-Man became Colony Man. And I reworked, what is it? Because originally it was Possessed Chip, I changed it to Army Ant Swarm. And it was, yeah, fires ant drones to travel along the ground walls and ceilings and retrieve items. And it basically said just combine Plug Ball with Hornet Chaser.
It's got a bit of extra buzz to it.
And it would basically have the same amount of ammo as Quick Man, or Quick Boomerang.
That thing's pissed me
Yep,
off.
and yep, okay, Ace just gave me 20 props.
Save some for the rest of us. I still need to submit mine.
Oh right, and the other one I also reworked was Shine Man became Refract Man.
Oh, that's a cool name.
And then yeah, his Shining Blinder became Refractor Shield. Shield of Mirrors that surround Mega Man and can reflect most projectiles at contact can be charged to encompass Mega Man in a light-bending veil. While veiled, Mega Man is invincible to enemy damage. Uncharged functions like Jewel Satellite, except you can't throw it, and charge version works like X1 Charge Chameleon Sting.
I guess I remember having this like half-joke idea that I never really did anything with. For a Webmaster named Apathy Man, whose special weapon gave you the power to become invincible just through the power of sheer apathy.
He just doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to just look at the stuff again, because I think it was just trying to rework them into actually like competent like full design with like
not
counter
designed
ideas.
by a young child.
Yeah, just like actually like well thought out with like everything in regards to like stages, weapons, everything else, and also trying to make like the weakness order make some sense. Because like, you know, why is Crushman weak to bladed weapons? Like, doesn't really make sense like looking at it. But yeah, I thought it was kind of a neat thought experiment. Oh, maybe that'll be the thing I do once I could start accruing funds again. Then I have to commission Ace. Maybe I'll just commission like re-versions of the reworked versions of Crash's old Robot Masters.
That'd be fun. That also reminds me, I gotta figure out like how I could like potentially rework my old guy, Alchemy Man.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds. I mean, an alchemy robot master would be kind of a cool idea.
He's like, I remember showing him off on one of Ace's streams. Like, the idea was that he was based off of how ancient Chinese alchemists accidentally discovered gunpowder when they were trying to find the elixir of life. And then they used that to make fireworks. So he was like a firework-themed robot master.
That's an interesting direction to take Alchemy Man. I
could
figure like the
potentially,
obvious.
separate the two into like separate robot masters.
Yeah, I guess like the obvious direction to go for like an Alchemy Man would be like, oh, he could turn things into gold, because that was the whole reason why it was.
Yeah, give him like a tag name like Gold Rush or something.
Yeah. Like, I don't really seem to have a lot of like of my own like original Robot Masters lying around. I do have a lot of like Maverick / Reploid ideas lying around, just because like the whole idea of wanting to rework the X series with like other character stuff has been like very fresh in my head.
I mean, it helps that there's a lot of like cool animals in the world that you can just base like Reploid.
Yeah, it's also because since I have animal autism, it's like, well, yeah, I have an easier time trying to come up with ideas for this shit.
Oh, and plants too. You can't forget the plants.
Yeah, there's also plants. It's like, yeah, there's like plenty of like ideas that like I'm surprised haven't been used. But like I did have the idea of like having like friendly like Reploids that can help you out, and like the idea of, because it's always been this whole idea of like, oh, what if I was gonna rework, Mega Man game like in the X series into like an FPS and like maybe do a little bit more to like expand stuff or whatever. So like one of the other ideas was like, I'm pretty sure I mentioned before how I had the idea of like, depending on like, there's like special savable Reploids in each of the Maverick stages, and like they can help you with other shit. Like, I know the one I did bring up was like a Saint Bernard. Like if you beat Chill Penguin stage and you save him, then like he can also essentially show up at the end of like other stages to basically function like Eddie and give you like a health boost before you have to fight the boss.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like that was one. I had one that was a pangolin that can help you find secrets, or could help like dig up like currency for you, because he's like an excavator.
Yeah.
And then I also had one that was mostly this one was I mostly made because it was based off of the old. I think I've mentioned the snake people thing I had before. I made like a whole ass world of like snake people.
I remember the Sneeple.
The Sneeple. But yeah, it was a snipe serpent, and I'm actually really thinking about it now. I think I just realized I essentially just gave him the same backstory as Whisper the Wolf.
Oh, so except you made him Solid Snake instead of Sniper Wolf.
It's like not completely one-to-one, but it was like essentially like, oh, I want to have a snake dude who uses a sniper rifle, and he's gonna be voiced by David Hayter. but but literally the whole idea is that he had a whole squad, and the idea was that Sting Chameleon killed them all. So like Sting Chameleon is like the mimic equivalent.
See, I was thinking it would be Launch Octopus.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of see Sting Chameleon fitting the role better. Yeah. Like Launch Octopus is more like like he's more homophobic. Well, I guess homophobic in regards that he hates humans. He doesn't specifically hate gay people. I guess that's technically how. I guess that would be the correct terminology then. If you hate humans, you'd be homophobic. All right, linguistic diatribes aside. Yeah, and I think a lot of the other guys are more just like, oh, it's, familiar faces that you'd see in, like, other games that were, like, former Maverick Hunters. So, like, oh, you go through Storm Eagle. Hey, you can meet up with Blast Hornet. Because, they didn't go Maverick until X3. Also, the idea was also to change Blast Hornet's gender because they're literally based off a female Hornet. Why are they not a female? Like, come the fuck on, Capcom.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's such a miss. At least they redeemed themselves with Queen Bee, kind of.
Yeah, but that took until ZX. What were some of the other? I'm trying to remember each of the ones. So I had a Pangolin for Armadillo. I had Blast Hornet for Eagle. Octopus. I had Duck McWhalen.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't know. He seems like an on the older side because he talks with like old Sea Dog type thing. So it's like, oh, why not be able to interact with him a little bit further, or like a little bit earlier. So I had him for Octopus. I had the Saint Bernard for Penguin. Flame Mammoth. I had Dragoon because I feel like Dragoon needs to have more fucking screen time. I think there's so many things you can do with that character.
You have a trader character that literally shows up like in the same game he debuts.
Yeah, it's like
what if you also
technically speaking, X4 did it twice because of double. So yeah, Dragoon was from Mammoth. Kuwanger. Who did he do for Kuwanger? Kuwanger was... Oh, Kuwanger I think was Web Spider. Because Web Spider... Apparently from Web Spider's backstory is that they originally were a Maverick Hunter, and then when the Rebel Force was formed, they changed to become a Rebel Force member. So I felt like that would be kind of a neat thing introduced, and also, like, maybe having the whole, like, becoming disillusioned with the Maverick Hunter, so that's why they joined the Rebel Force, because of the whole signature.
I would have had Rebel Force just as a whole debut earlier.
Oh yeah, well I think for my rework, I had Rebel Force be introduced as soon as like the events of X3 were happening. Like
I think that's closer to canon. I think in the canon, like Rebel Force was like formed like right after X3.
Yeah, I wouldn't have them be formed right after X3. I'd have them be formed like before the events of X3. Like I'd probably have them formed between Extreme 1 and X3. Just so that we actually have more opportunity to get, like, used to, like, Iris and Colonel a little bit, given that they have, like, such integral roles to being, like, important
to...
like,
more of, like, a character study.
Yeah.
I still think Colonel and Iris have so much wasted potential. They do almost nothing with the whole... They were a copy of X backstory.
I think Colonel has it worse, because at least Iris gets to show up in Extreme 2 as your navigator.
Oh, Colonel does have worse.
One fucking game. It's like... It's kind of sad. But yeah, I did like the idea...
What if he was a playable character earlier on?
Yeah. And probably the closest you could get to having, like, a playable Sigma without it coming across as a little bit, diatribe, because it's like, oh, well, he's just the bad guy, so what do you make his campaign?
Sigma just really pisses his own force.
He just hates his own men.
I don't think I'm gonna go on a rampage.
Yeah. So yeah, I did like the idea of introducing the Rebel Force a game early. Oops. But yeah, I feel like introducing him for X3 because like if you were gonna have an Extreme 2, but I also kind of went in with the logic that like the Extreme games would kind of serve as like in between DLCs before the next game would come out. Because like I realistically don't think the Extreme games like should necessarily have to be like full-length X games.
Like short episodic adventures.
Yeah, it's like, you know, maybe having like, you know, instead of like having like the full 8 Mavericks, but you could do like, you know, 6. Like, you keep it lighter. So that way, like, at least I like the idea of having them, maybe keeping them down to 6 Mavericks. So that way you don't necessarily have to reuse stage layouts. You could do like original ideas. That's actually why I had like quite a few that were kind of more or less based around like the whole idea of like, you know, like the digital world and everything, because like, you know, Extreme 1's whole thing is like you go inside the computer.
Yeah, you do a lot with cyberspace. I mean, it's cyberspace. You can just do anything in there.
Yeah.
Like combine the theming of like the original character's like level with cyberspace.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, why not just like, hey, let's introduce Cyber Peacock early, and then just like, you know, oh, he's just able to escape from the events of Extreme, and then you fight him again in X4.
Yeah, it's just like harassing you during that, like.
Yeah. Or you could be like, fuck it, why not just make a new fucking Repliforce division that you have to fight instead of Cyber Peacock? Like, that's also an option.
Yeah, you give Repliforce like a hacking squad. There's so much cool potential in the X game that just gets squandered.
Yeah.
By the just poor writing and like those sorts of decisions, like gameplay conventions.
Yeah, because it's, you know, it's the whole, like, it tries to take itself so seriously, but it can't actually be bothered to write itself seriously.
At least it doesn't insist upon itself, but
Usually.
X5 kind of does insist upon itself.
Yeah. Yeah, X5 insists upon itself so badly that the story, like, heavily affects the gameplay, and I do not like it for that. And I guess depending on who you ask, you could also maybe make the argument that X8 kind of insists upon itself just because of all the religious theming.
I mean, it's a little pretentious sometimes.
Yeah, a bit.
Is anyone actually playing X8 for the story? Like, I don't mind X's characterization in that game, for the most part, but I don't really think the story was that special. Or maybe I've just been gaslit by the community into thinking it's bad, but I don't know.
It's X8's plot, I think, is fine, but I think it also kind of runs into a lot of shit doesn't get utilized well, like the whole, like, yeah, we kidnapped Lumine, and then it's like, you don't get to see Lumine again until the fucking, oh, they reveal that they're the final boss. Like, what? Like, that's, you know, it's kind of fucked up when Red from X7 has more of an actual character presence in his own game than Lumine does.
Yeah, it's kind of... But something I don't think I mentioned it in during Crash's stream, but X8's got like a little bit of Devil May Cry influence in, which I think is kind of cool.
How so? You mean like...
Mostly like with the religious theming, but with like the ranking and combo system kind of.
Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, the combo system. I guess that's true. I wouldn't say like the religious thing would immediately be like, oh yes, my favorite reference to Devil May Cry is the Bible.
Well, I mean, Sigma's got like a form called Belial Sigma, and there's a guy in Devil May Cry with
Belial?
that kind of name. Belial.
Yeah, Belial's the name of a demon.
They like mistranslate it as Burial in Devil May Cry.
That's the Japanese intrusive L's and R's. It's coming yet again. Also, I don't think that form is called Belial Sigma. I think it's just called Devil Sigma, if it even has that.
I thought the wiki.
Extra name.
Yeah, maybe the wiki lied to me again.
Well, the Mirror Haze wiki or the fandom wiki? Because I don't.
Why not both?
No, I mean, I don't fully... I guess the problem with the Mirror Haze wiki is that it doesn't exactly get, like, the most amount of updated information.
I wonder why that is. Oh, Biscuit's here, what's up?
I don't know, it doesn't seem to have a form name listed at all.
That's strange. I thought it did have a name. Maybe that...
I don't know, I always just knew him as Devil Sigma.
Either way, I still think that form looks cool as fuck. But also,
it is fucking cool as shit. Very cool form.
even if we were
I mean,
of Sigma's big huge body that looks like shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like if any of them all have names. Like obviously X1 Sigma is just Sigma, and then X2 you have Neo Sigma. I believe X3 Sigma is called Neo Sigma Squared. Is the official name? Then X4 is Reaper Sigma.
Oh, we're talking about the first forms.
Yeah, the first forms. Yeah, I'm not talking about the second forms. Yeah, I guess if we include all the forms, then I guess it's like what you have: Sigma, Wolf Sigma, Neo Sigma, Sigma Virus, Neo Sigma Squared, Kaiser Sigma, Reaper Sigma, Earth Sigma, Gunner Sigma, Final Sigma W, Gamma Sigma. I think the X6 like zombie one is just called Sigma, but I know a lot of people like to call that one Zombie Sigma, which I think is fine.
I remember Hell Sigma. Beats like AI kind of broke there for a second.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine that you said just don't expect me that we're gonna end up using all of them, because obviously you have to give other people a chance to use their prompt. But no, I appreciate it. Oh, and then yeah, so at second form, X6 Sigma is Hell Sigma. I do remember that one.
Yeah, it's iconic. I forget what the name of the Sigmas in X7.
Well, X7, well, first form I think is just called the Professor, because that's essentially what he's called throughout the whole game. I don't think I've seen an official name for the second form. I've heard it colloquially called Colossus Sigma.
Yeah, I just call him Bigma.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I mean that's also appropriate. And then X8, I mean, first form is Copy Sigma. That one's official because of the soundtrack. And then yeah, I think second form is just called Sigma in game. I know a lot of people like to call him Devil Sigma, but I think that one's unofficial, and I think Belial Sigma is also unofficial.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Oop! Oh no.
Yeah, it's like I can definitely believe that people would call him Belial Sigma, but I'm pretty sure that is an unofficial term.
Whew. That's had to go through 2 laser sections in a row. That's talk about rolling a 1.
Well, I think the other way I could also check is because I actually have the official complete works for the X series, so I could see what they're all listed as in that book.
Well, that was embarrassing. And of course, Sigma Beast is still the funniest, the funniest Sigma in both name and design.
It is really amusing. Especially given that that's like the only form where it's Sigma and then the name of what he is, Sigma Beast. Also because it almost sounds like Sigma Balls.
It's like Sigma Balls mixed with Mr. Beast. Who I do believe would have a giant ass ride armor body. This is one of his final forms. Oh yeah, no, good night.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, even some of like the other sources, I think a lot of stuff is alright. So at least from like the official stuff that I can surmise, at least if we're just going by like the individual name, Neo Sigma's official, Sigma Virus is official. Neo Sigma Squared from X3 is not official, as far as I can tell.
Still a cool name, though.
Yeah, Kaiser Sigma's official. Sigma Beast is indeed official.
That's why I remember it.
Oh, very, very amusing. Yeah, I guess technically Reaper Sigma isn't official either. But it's like, you know, given how he looks, it makes sense. Gunner and Earth Sigma, I think the thing I've been noticing is that a lot of his second forms have official names, but his first forms don't.
Yeah, I've noticed. Like, it's just Sigma.
Wait, is Gamma Sigma unofficial? Okay, well, I think I'm having a fucking, like a brain break right now. It's apparently listing Final Sigma W as the official name of the second form in X5, not the first. Which, like, I guess that makes sense because it is the Final Sigma body that was also helped develop by Dr. Wily, so, like, that makes sense. But, like, I have always known that form as Gamma Sigma. Is that an unofficial name?
Or Gamma Sigma's a fan-made name.
Huh. Yeah, because I'm seeing that the first form is listed as Psycho Sigma.
That I remember.
Huh.
Why did I say anything there? I totally forgot that his first form was Psycho Sigma.
I don't know. For the longest time, I always thought the first phase was called Final Sigma W, and the second phase was called Gamma Sigma.
Maybe some old guide said that.
Hell Sigma. Okay, yeah, that one's official. Yeah, it goes by the Professor in X7. So, yeah, second form does not have an official name.
His presence is more than enough. He's an absolute unit.
Okay, so yeah, interesting. So the forms that he has that do not have official names, aside from just being called Sigma, are his first form in X3, his first form in X4. I guess technically his first form in Extreme 1 and 2 also count, but they're kind of like just retreads of old bodies, so eh. His X6 first form, his X7 second form, and his X8 second form don't have official names.
I count Copy Sigma and his real body as separate. I mean, I don't know. I don't really treat Copy Sigma
Well, I know they're technically separate because, like, obviously you'd be Copy Sigma and it's not actually him. But, you know, given that it follows the whole, like, oh, it's Phase 1, then you have to fight Phase 2 later thing, I'm like, it's more or less both phases of Sigma. Oh, yeah, plus the other ideas I also have are trying to rework the X games too, with that, like, trying to have a proper through line between going from X7 and X8 to the actual Zero series without having to have them be split continuity. I did have it listed that if I got far enough into the Zero series, I wanted to have Axel be a prominent side character in the Zero series as well.
I would kill for that. Like I'm sure he would have, like, had some, like, roll in the Zero series if Capcom like planned things a little better, and if the reception wasn't so cold and for like his debut.
Yeah, because I believe the way I had it set up is that it'd be like you'd have X1 to X8, X1 to X8 essentially. Maybe have like an in-between thing that's sort of like a precursor to the Elf Wars, possibly. But given that would require a lot more thought and like trying to get it figured out, I didn't fully think that far. Then would be having the Zero games with Axel as an actual side character. And then, like, after the Zero series would presumably end after 04, I like the idea of having, like, an in-between of Zero and ZX that's Mega Man Axel.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Plus, I would also rework it so all of the Guardians are still around, too, because I think, talk about wasted fucking character potential for shit you could do.
I'm still not sure how I feel about, like, the two different retcons of, like, oh, they died protecting Zero at the end of 03, or they somehow survived, but they just
survived
like,
and then died off screen. Yeah, either is stupid. Off screen. Both are dumb for different reasons. Plus, yeah, I don't know. I definitely kind of get the feeling like you should give the Guardians a little bit more time to shine, especially considering that, you know, they have biometals made of them, and it's like you're really gonna put these four guys on the same level as X and Zero? Like, come on.
Yeah, I would have like they give them more prompts as like story important characters instead of just like bosses.
Yeah, it's like 3 out of the 4 of them only get 3 games to appear in, and Phantom gets 1. Why is he on the same level as X and Zero?
The Frog got like more screen time than him.
Yeah. Like, I would absolutely keep them all around. And then, like, oh, but how would you rework the secret Phantom fight in cyberspace? I just make it Sigma. Mega Man Zero has to fight Sigma.
But he has Phantom's moveset for some reason.
Well, actually, the idea I had for, like, having a secret cyberspace fight against Sigma in, like the 03 equivalent would be like, since one of the other ideas I had would be like, okay, well, you don't necessarily have to have Sigma for this game or for this game. What if I just made the secret Sigma fight use all the unused Sigma forms you didn't get to fight in the original games? So, like, oh, we're not going to have Sigma be in X3? Okay, so you have to fight Neo Sigma Squared in this fight. Oh, Sigma's not going to show up in X7? Oh, well, we're going to have the X7 form show up in this fight instead. At least it was, like, a way of reusing, like, the old ideas, but, like, you know, still reworking the story so, like, Sigma doesn't keep coming back all the fucking time.
Yeah. And he's still dead. He's just... his vestige in cyberspace.
Yeah. Well, plus the other idea I also had, too, is that, like, Sigma, I think if, like, I probably wrote X5 to where, like, that would be Sigma's, like, swan song game.
I still...
I like the idea of, like, he dies at the end of X5 and, like, has that kind of moment of clarity of, like, you know, everything that he's doing and, like, whether or not it was right or not, and just kind of, like, everything. And then, like, when you actually get to fight him in 03, it would be less like, you know, Sigma infected by Maverick virus Sigma, and more like, oh, you're actually kind of fighting, like, Commander of the Maverick Hunters Sigma.
That would be... There's another game that does something kind of like that, but I'm not going to spoil
it. Is it a game you think I would play, and that's why you don't want to spoil it?
It's a game I think Crash might play.
Well, I don't think he's here anymore, so I think you're probably fine.
Spark the Electric Jester 3.
Ah, I see. Yeah, you don't have to get into details about it then, but okay, that's cool.
Trying to say it does something kind of similar, where it's like... You have a fight against, like, someone who was, like, a villain in the previous games, but you fight them, like, as themselves.
Yeah, not like the corrupted version of them. You're fighting, like, the original version of them. Plus, I also think it would be a really cool-ass moment of, like, you know, you kind of wandering through cyberspace, and then, like, yeah, especially considering that it would be the third Zero game, and you'd be just kind of figure by this point, well, Sigma's completely gone, and then he shows up as a super boss. Like, that would be kind of a cool moment, I think.
Or it could have been, like, a backup of, like, Sigma Sigma before he got corrupted by.
No,
the
I
virus.
wouldn't have it. Wouldn't
You're
have
not
it as
like
a backup. I think a backup would be too much of a cop out.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
that
it would
might
be like.
that might like.
I would still have it be like, oh, it's actual, it's actual Sigma, but like with the moment of like, but like he's fully lucid again, like he's no longer affected by a virus of any kind, and so you get to fight him as is. So it's like you almost get to kind of get a glimpse of like what the original commander of the Maverick Hunters Sigma was before he became the villain we know him as. Especially because I think that would do a lot for his character. I think.
Yeah, I mean, the only place you can really go is up because like he's got barely any characterization in most of the games.
Yeah, because his character is essentially I'm the bad guy, or I want to make Zero like unleash his true self. Which, man, that would be a way to bring it full circle. The Sigma's final appearance would be in the game where Zero has to fight his supposed true self in Omega. It's like, that would be
like hinting at it. That would be cool.
It's like, yeah, that would be thematic as hell. Even having something like dialogue, it's like, Zero, I spent so long trying to awaken what I thought was what was truly you, but I've come to realize that what you truly are is something completely different. It's like, and like, even like beating Sigma at the end of his fight and just being like, I can say for certain that you truly are the Zero I knew you would be.
You really are the Maverick Hunter Zero.
Yeah. You truly are a Mega Man,
you truly
Zero.
Are a Mega Man, comma, Zero. Absolute cinema.
No, Sigma would just be like, you truly are a Mega Man, Zero, and then Zero would just respond with 3. Just...
Absolute Sigma. With a C. Ugh, I just blew out all my super arrow.
I think that would work so well too, because it's like that would serve as an extra word. It's like if you went out of your way to fight him, then it would also kind of give you a hint of the whole Omega connection. I think that would be really cool. Also, there was another sick as fuck idea I had for trying to rework 03's final boss fight. I think you'd still have the first 2 phases just fine, and you'd still have like, third phase Omega, but for one, I'd have that last much longer than how it did in the actual game, because like, holy shit.
Way too quickly.
Yeah. But I like the idea of, like, Zero fighting Omega, and like, he is struggling a bit, and then like, imagine to fucking bring it around full fucking circle. Like, you have like fucking bits of the story previously where like X is like, like lamenting over the fact that he can't help. And then, like, CL makes a fucking copy body for the original X consciousness to go in. He shows up during, like, halfway through the fucking third phase of the Omega fight, and it starts playing the fucking X versus Zero theme as a leitmotif with Cannonball.
Okay. Yeah, that could work.
That would be the sickest shit ever. And I think, like, if anything, that would be, like, a really cool way to kind of send out X. Like him actually dying there. Like,
yeah, it's like, you can use his copy body, but if you die, you'll stay dead, or something like that.
Yeah, or it's just like, it was made in haste, it isn't going to be nearly as strong as his original body, but it's like, X couldn't just stand by and let this happen. It's like... And then, like, him finally
have, like, the Freedom Planet thing where he's, like... Where X is, like, an assist character during the fight. Just helping you out.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that you mentioned the whole assist character, because I'm realizing the final boss of Metaloid Origin does something very similar to that. I thought that felt familiar. But yeah, it's just... I think that would be so damn cool. And then, like, yeah, just being able to, like, have a way of, like... Omega's final attack, but only X is the one to get killed by it, and like having like a swan thing, and the Guardians all kind of like coming to the realization that like everything that they were doing was wrong, and then like, oh yeah, maybe you could have the Guardians kind of like be a part of Resistance HQ for
like,
Zero.
Meet the real X again.
God, it would...
He's like,
cool.
Or like be reunited with the real X, who's like they got like, just like
yeah.
They don't
he fell asleep in a tree, and then he got stabbed by a...
I don't remember.
with X in the original Zero series?
I don't remember if in the original series they knew that copy X was a copy.
No, they always assumed that was the original X.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Because even when you get to 03 and like you have like the second copy X with like the stutter, they still assume that's the original X.
Somehow.
Yeah, no, Harpuya a little stupid. But yeah, it's just like, you know, I just reworking in such a way to like also give the Guardians a little bit more, you know, like agency in the actual story, because yeah, it's just it feels like there's so much stuff you could do with the character, especially the whole like, you know, being disillusioned by someone you thought was actually doing good, and then you realize that everything you did do was essentially, you know, out of false pretense, because the guy you thought was the original guy was not actually the original guy. And like them kind of having to come to terms with the fact that like, wow, we killed a lot of people over false pretense.
Yeah, like that could like set the whole idea of like them like walking the earth and atoning for their sins and like doing hero stuff.
Yeah, like I said, even just helping with the resistance for 04, more so out of like obligation, because of like, hey, we did all this awful shit, the least we can do is make sure that we can help you take down Weil. Yeah, and then yeah, if you were gonna do like a Mega Man Axel type thing, then it's like, yeah, what if after that, like, Axel's still with the Resistance, and then he has to help find the Guardians, because like, yeah, they're obviously not welcome in the Resistance given all the shit that they did.
I still feel like we were robbed of like a proper conclusion to Axel. Like, I feel like Capcom's just gonna like kill him off. Okay, maybe they won't kill him off.
Well, it's the big issue when it comes to Axel, though, because like I said, it's like when it comes to those games' continuity, they might as well be part of a separate timeline, because of, you know, all their events don't really ever get referenced again in the other games. So it's like Axel's last, like, essentially canon appearance is Command Mission. And even then, depending on who you ask, you could maybe even make the argument that, like, okay, well, you can have one timeline that's X7, X8, and Command Mission, but then there's also another timeline that's X7 and X8, like, completely separated from Command Mission. Since I think Command Mission was already stated to kind of be a side story anyway. That was also another thing I was also trying to think about, like,
the thing about Command Mission is that, one of like the Zero drama tracks references Command Mission, which makes things really confusing.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense then.
Even if it's just like a technique from that game, it's still kind of like it's still implying that Command Mission in some form happened.
Well, it couldn't have happened at the same time then, because it's like it would have either happened to have it would have either have had to have happened during the same time frame as the Zero series was occurring, or it happened sometime before, to which case, how the fuck did the events of Command Mission happen while the Alpha Wars were going on?
It was a prelude to the Alpha Wars. You'd say that like the technology of the metals was like repurposed into like Cyber Elf research or something.
Like Super Metals became Cyber Elves?
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely a stretch if you're trying to fit it into the same continuity, though.
It's not giving me much to work with, like...
Yeah, that's why, at least for me, just in terms of canon, like, I would just have X7, X8, and Command Mission as part of their own separate continuity. Like, I think you could have, like, X1 through 6, and then the X7 Command Mission timeline, and then have X1 through X6, and then 0ZX Legends.
I just want to see Axel, like, fighting in the Elf Wars. There's so much cool, like, stuff that, Capcom's just not doing.
Yeah, I guess closest you're gonna get is that one comic panel at the end of the Archie
Singular
run.
comic panel. So who knows? Maybe the new comics will surprise us.
Maybe. I have been kind of liking what they've been doing so far, at least with the X run. I think that's been pretty good so far.
I'm not sure how I feel about Vile's characterization in that, but...
Yeah, the whole Vava was my slave name is a little bit silly. like, don't get me wrong, I can understand the reasoning from, like, the whole... Oh, well, it makes sense if maybe he was called Vava when he joined the Maverick Hunters, because why the fuck would you hire a guy for your police force named Vile? like, so, like, in some respects, I kind of get it, but, like, dude, fucking slave name is maybe a little bit much.
On the nose. Oh, yeah, I also didn't really care for,
like that would be as goofy. I feel like that would be as goofy as being like you play Sonic Generations, like Dr. Robotnik. No, that was my slave name. Call me Eggman. like, bro, you could just change your name. It doesn't have to do with slavery at any point. Like, yeah, that one dialogue flub aside, I am mostly enjoying what they're doing with the X comics.
Now, the ZX comic is kind of scuffed.
I mean, with how it looks, especially, yeah.
Design and writing-wise. Kind of unfortunate that the writer for that one is a dick. But...
Oh, what is he, like a can't take criticism guy?
Can't take criticism, kind of a... he's the Transformers equivalent of a Mega Man 2 boomer.
Oh.
And he also hates women. So kind of a piece of work, that guy. Unfortunately.
On Transformers equivalent of a Mega Man 2 boomer. So what? He's like a G1 fanboy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And he also like makes really unfunny jokes about
so basically my dad.
The generations he doesn't like. I'm only doing this because it's funny, not because it's practical. There's no reason to do it.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's the only reason you use Power Stone, or one of the, like, trick shots, or just to, like, troll the enemies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I enjoy my G1, but G1 is also very fucking goofy. I'm trying to think of, like, as far as the Transformers series I very much enjoyed, or at least that I've seen. Like, obviously it's been G1, Armada, and I can't really say Bayverse. I've only seen the first movie for Bayverse. That's really it. Oh, and I get Skybound. I really enjoy Skybound. Skybound is a really good Transformers continuity.
I did have a red flag. How do I say this without, like... I think, Babe, like, having, like, unironic, like, love of everything for the Bayverse might be, like, a little bit of a red flag.
Unironic love, yeah, absolutely. Like, if you're like, I enjoy the Bayverse movies, but you have the self-awareness to know that they're a little bit stupid and obviously, like, not fucking... They obviously have issues. Like, that's fine. But if you're like, oh yeah, the Michael Bay movies are perfect, there's nothing wrong with them, and it's like, bro, the second movie has fucking racist robots in it, come on. Like, they absolutely have things wrong with them.
And that's not even going to, like, the whole U.S. military industrial complex, but...
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can certainly enjoy things, but also have the self-awareness to understand that these things do, in fact, have actual problems, and you can talk about them. It doesn't have to be... You know, nothing necessarily has to be perfect, and you don't have to take everything that is pointed out to you as a personal attack.
That's my experience with Transformers. It's mostly just Beast Wars and Prime, which I still haven't finished. I still need to finish both shows.
Oh, so you haven't seen like any of G1? Not even like the two movies for
Like, I've
it?
seen like clips, but I haven't seen the movies. Outside of like, again, clips.
I mean, I love 86 and Transformers 1. Yeah, no, I actually haven't like seen a ton of G1, but it's like it is kind of funny to think about. Like my dad's like, "Yeah, it's the best thing ever. We love this Gundam. It's so cool." And then I go to actually watch it. It's like, this is the goofiest shit ever. Like mostly just in terms of like the plot and the writing.
Oh, and the animation sometimes. Like,
Oh yeah, and the animation, but that's like a given. Like
it was the 80s. They didn't really have much to work with. Oof, right into the spikes. But Beast Wars surprised me, like, how competent the writing really was.
well, I mean, hey, when you look like the way Beast Wars does, I think having a good writing is gonna go a long
Like, they
way.
did a lot with, like, the writing definitely carried the show. Because, like, that animation budget
kind of
was
like how
definitely a 90s animation budget.
it's kind of like how Invincible is right now, where it's like, yeah, in terms of like animation quality, it ain't the best because it's like they only got 4 people on the fucking animation staff. Despite the fact that it's fucking owned by Amazon, give them more fucking money, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Hire more people, please. But
like you should,
but
like
it's
they
like,
should have done with Berserk dub.
Okay, well, Berserk. Oh,
Not
are you talking
Berserk's
about the
dub. It
like,
was no Fist of the North Star's dub.
yeah, Fist of the North Star, yeah. Yeah, we're talking about Berserk, like, oh yeah, we should make Berserk in like in the new times. They're like, bro, we know how bad Berserk 2016 was.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Well, Berserk 16 wasn't just.
Berserk 2016 was like the X7 of anime. Looks like shit. Like watches like probably would play like shit if you could play it. Absolutely incredible soundtrack though. Holy shit.
I still like the meme where it's like where they're just making fun of like the walking animation, like giving like really tiny little stubby legs.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, for Invincible, it's like the same case where like the writing carries it, and the voice performances absolutely carry it too. Like, probably one of the few instances of something where it's like you hired every single celebrity voice actor, but like they're actually giving a damn.
He's like, usually
Actually,
I don't care for like celebrity voice actors and things that much. Like I'm like fine with them, but I'm not like blown away. Like it's passable most of the time, but like.
Yeah, but it's definitely, I would say for in a lot of cases, especially depending on like, you know, if Illumination is getting, you know, big names to voice act for their movie, it's like they're just doing it because they're big names.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's like it also absolutely like definitely depends on the person too.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, it's like if you get like Jack Black to voice act for your movie, it's like, okay, but he's actually good at voice acting because he's done plenty of voice acting.
Yeah, no, if you get Jared Leto, then.
Yeah, it's like if you
Why
get
the
like,
fuck is
oh,
he
we're gonna
here?
get Jared Leto to voice act or Taylor Swift to voice act. Like, come on.
Or some like Z-list E-celebrity that only got like 5 minutes of fame.
Except the thing is, though, if it's a Z-list E-celeb, they probably have done voice acting.
No, I'm talking. No, I'm talking like Z-list E-celeb that.
Oh, you mean like if you got like, oh, we're gonna get like
someone who's
items
famous
to
on
voice.
Vine for like 5 seconds, and then like disappeared into obscurity.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're gonna get Scott the Woz to voice Dr. Cossack.
We had what was we're gonna get Haktua lady to voice Kalinka.
Mm. You know what's funny though, bringing the Transformers thing back with Invincible, it is. I got to swear the fucking people doing the fucking voice acting for that show are having a fucking blast. Because it's like, oh, we're gonna get. It's like, oh, what? We got Steven Yeun, fucking what's his face from Walking Dead, and it'd be like, oh, who are we gonna get to voice Conquest? Oh, how about we get the guy that killed him in Walking Dead, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, or fucking It's like, oh, we're gonna have Thetis, like the guy who betrayed the Viltrumites, and it's like, wants to, bring peace to the galaxy. Oh, who we're gonna get to voice him? Oh, Peter Cullen, just G1 Optimus Prime. Oh, then who we're gonna get to voice Argyle, the guy he ended up killing? Oh, he's gonna voice by Frank Welker, aka G1 Megatron.
Yeah, I think whoever's doing the casting is having fun.
They're having so much fun. And I mean, I know there's like a lot of obvious ones, like, oh, Omni-Man's gonna be voiced by fucking J.K. Simmons because he looks like J. Jonah Jameson, and everyone knows J.K. Simmons for fucking J. Jonah Jameson from the Sam Raimi movies. And to fucking credit, J.K. Simmons. I mean, I think getting J.K. Simmons to voice act for your game is like, that's definitely a little bit of the, oh, you're just getting him because he's a big name. But he has done voice acting. Like, he was Cave Johnson, for God's sake. Like, the man knows how to fucking voice act.
He's got experience. It's not his first time in a recording booth.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, and what's like, they got fucking Seth Rogen to voice Alan the Alien. That's probably what I bring. Oh, I know Clancy Brown shows up as quite a number of roles in that show.
He's versatile.
Yeah. Yeah, because what? I mean, you got Clancy Brown, fucking Mr. Krabs, Superman the Animated Series, Lex Luthor.
A bunch of characters in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Very much true. Yeah, it actually reminds me, I've watched the fucking, the blooper reel from the Bounty Hunter game. He's got so many good ones in that. I'm not sure if you know about, they animated the fucking bloopers.
They did for classic Pixar.
Yeah, they did like animatics for some of the outtakes, and yeah, Clancy Brown has like a number of really funny ones for that. I think there's one where it's like the fucking character he's voicing is like, we're not so different, you and I, and then he just fucking breaks character like, every fucking video game. Why is that a line? It's like a line in every fucking video game I've voiced in. It's like, he's not wrong. That is a very common line.
It's like how every Star Wars, what was it? Every Star Wars piece of media has someone having a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Although one thing you will very much notice about a lot of Star Wars media nowadays is that if there is a line that was a fucking meme, at any point, it will 100% show up again, just in conversation.
Yeah. That's kind of obligatory.
It's like, do you know how many fucking times I have watched fucking the Clone Wars animated series and fucking Grievous and Obi-Wan are having fucking hello there wars with each other?
It's just their personal inside joke at this point.
You know, I mean, I guess when Lucas said it's like poetry, it rhymes. He really just fucking translated to, we gotta reuse every single line that people know.
Just recycle. I think I gotta do like one more run. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah. Like honestly, they use the lines so often. I think there is a genuine argument that you could probably remake the entire script for one of the Star Wars movies just using clips from other sources of Star Wars media that are not the movie.
That sounds like it would be a fun edit to make.
That would be...
So,
probably would require a lot of work, but I guarantee someone would probably do it.
Well, that was a net loss. WaterWare sucks, man. Its hitbox is a lot shorter than it looks.
Yeah. It's like if only Mega Man 5 had an enemy that was 3 enemies all attached together that followed one after another after each other. Then it would be perfect.
You gotta make problems just so it can have a solution.
Yeah, that's... I mean, honestly, though, it's not a bad idea about going about it. Like, if you're like, oh, let's design the weapons first, and then let's design enemies that are built around the weapon so you know what to use against what. Like, it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad, but also, do all the enemies have to have iframes?
No. You could maybe make the argument that none of the enemies should have iframes.
Exact. Like, it's a very what the fuck sort of game to that. Though I wonder if it's like something hard coded into the engine that, because like the original design is for like a Darkwing Duck game, so maybe they just couldn't remove the iframe coding.
Hmm. Still gotta play Darkwing Duck NES.
I gotta play like more licensed games for like the classic, for like the what is it, 4th and 5th gens of gaming.
Oh, you mean like PS2, GameCube?
No,
But
I mean
that's
like
6th gen.
NES, Super NES.
I think it's 4th, 5th gen. That would be like N64.
No, that's
SD.
3rd and 4th. Yeah, 3rd. 5th is PS1, right?
Yeah.
You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm spouting even more misinformation than
No,
usual.
it's fine. I honestly get the fucking video game gens mixed up too. It's just I always remember GameCube era as 6th, so I can
Right.
kind of work off it as a jumping
My
off
math
point.
was a little off. Usually I can remember. But,
Yeah, no, 6th gen licensed games are my bread and butter. I know.
I know those can be like a little scuffed. I always used to see them at Blockbuster.
It depends. I mean, honestly, me growing up, I got pretty lucky with all of my licensed games. This is what I got. Well, I guess I would be like, oh, I got Spider-Man 2, and everyone loves Spider-Man 2. I'm realizing I still have that game unopened for GameCube. I've had that game for like 20 years. I've just never opened it.
But you know people only play that game for one mission, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, that and maybe the Mysterio mission where he just dies in one hit despite having 3 health bars.
That health bar lied to me.
But yeah, I got like, I have like Battle for Bikini Bottom, I got the SpongeBob movie game, I got Creature for the Krusty Krab. And talking about non-SpongeBob licensed games, I got Madagascar, that one's pretty good. Over the Hedge, that was alright. Oh, I got the Billy and Mandy game, which is basically just a spiritual sequel to Capcom's Power Stone franchise.
Oh yeah, you told me about that one.
That's pretty good. I used to have Nicktoons Unite, didn't think that one was great. I had Jimmy Neutron Attack of the Twonkies, that one was okay.
I heard it was decent.
Yeah. Oh, Kids Next Door Operation video game, that one's peak. That one's fucking fantastic. I mean, I guess the Lego Star Wars games technically count as licensed games, but
Yeah,
like that's probably cheating.
Yeah, I'd say it's licensed. But
Yeah,
also
I guess it's like
they're also
licensed,
built
but
off the
it's like-
same engine, so.
Yeah. What else have I got? I got Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee. I mean, that's technically licensed.
Oh yeah, it's licensed.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Just really short character roster though. Kind of wish it had more characters.
But I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. We got a nice 3-hour
Oh yeah,
stream.
I had Bionicle. I had 2 of the Bionicle games. I had the platformer and Heroes. Did not like Heroes that much.
The Battle Network clone was only for Flash, I believe, right?
Oh, there was a Bionicle Battle Network clone? Yeah, that might have been.
Battle Network clone.
It might have been a Flash. That was either a Flash game or a GBA game. I'm not
I
sure.
think it was a Flash game. Never hear of that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end things here. We had a nice session.
Yeah, that
Got
was
a
like
new
what,
record
3 hours?
pretty early on. It's a success.
Almost 3 hours. Nice.
So, we're gonna end things here.
Here.
This is Proto. Sign off. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, hype, engage. Just interact with the video, or the VOD rather.
And this is GrimSpecs, letting you know to make sure that your monitor is set to 60 Hz so you don't suffer
Oh yeah, you
like I
should
have.
probably do that so you don't hurt your eyes.
Yeah.
Or mess up your Mega Man D Extreme gameplay. Well, good night, everybody. It's time to
Good night, everyone.
head off. So, is it ending now? Just making sure, okay. So, stream's finished on that.